Howdy. Uh, I'm doing a little something different today. I streamed earlier today and played a game, but I decided I wanted to do a second stream because I wanted to start a new series called Jack Reacts, where we're just going to be watching, like, different stuff going on, maybe like news, popular, you know, trends, I don't know. But I was really interested in this documentary that I found about Epstein. I figured we could watch it together because I haven't seen it. Maybe put my opinion on it, perhaps. But first, I kind of want to fix my face cam. I don't like the fact that my face cam doesn't. It's not that big. Okay. Hold up. Let me. But first, I kind of want to fix my face cam. I don't like the fact that my face. Wow, my mic sounds really good. I'm gonna stick my face cam over here. Make it. Here's what I'm gonna do. Get rid of that. Ah! Hold up. Cool. Alright, so now my face cam's a little bit bigger. And that way, chat, you can see chat on the left. Right there. Alright, well, we are going to go ahead and hop right into this. Let me see, do I have face cam here? Yeah, I do. Okay. So I'm definitely going to like pause and stuff, but recently I've been really getting into the Epstein files and all the stuff that guy did, and all the people connected, and I want to kind of jump a little bit further. I also like want to use this series to maybe watch some like dash cam videos, maybe some stupid arrests. I don't know, just like fun stuff other than video games that I could stream. But let's run it.
On Christmas Day in 2012 at 6 in the morning.
Hold up. Let me check audio. I also like want to use this series to maybe watch some like dash cam videos, maybe some stupid arrests. This video is by this guy, by the way. Full credit to this guy. This is not my video. I'm just reacting to it. This is not my video. This is his video, and I'm sure it's fantastic. Just wanted to get that out there. Let's run it. Christmas Day, 2012 at 6 in the morning. Okay, audio's fine. Cool. All right, let's get rocking. Why is my stream so far behind? There we go. Huge. Let's run it.
On Christmas Day in 2012 at 6 in the morning, Jeffrey Epstein, who's just gotten out of a county jail where he had been serving a 13-month sentence, gets an email out of the blue from one of the richest men in the world. It reads, "I've been working to the edge of sanity this year, and so once my kids head home after Christmas, I really want to hit the party scene in St. Bart's or elsewhere and let loose. A peaceful island experience is the opposite of what I'm looking for." 2 months later, he...
This is Elon Musk, right? Yeah, right.
emails Epstein again, asking which night on the island would have the wildest party.
What does
In
that even
return,
mean?
Epstein offers to send a helicopter to bring him. That man was Elon Musk, and many years later, now the richest man on Earth, he would tell the world, publicly, disgustedly, in his own words, "Epstein tried to get me to go on his island, and I refused."
Cap.
He
That's
wrote,
cap.
"I had
That's
very
cap.
little correspondence with
See,
Epstein."
that's cap right there. Just because 3 seconds ago he
And
said he
declined
wanted to go.
repeated invitations to go to his island or fly on his Lolita Express. But Elon Musk was lying, and he was not
Yeah, no
alone.
shit.
For years, the friends of Jeffrey Epstein have been in a battle to prove their innocence. Who had known him only as a rich financier, and who knew his darkest secrets?
That's Bill Gates,
Never
right?
went to the island. I never met any women, and although the time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior.
Who had cut him off after he went to prison the first time, and who came right back to
Ooh,
support
this is
him
gonna be good,
after he
guys.
was
This is gonna be a
released?
good
Who knew
documentary. I'm
exactly
excited.
what he was and stayed in his inner circle anyway?
Did have lunch with him as I was on a boat going across on a family vacation.
It's like all these people are like,
And so now, with 3.5 million
trying to
documents
just, like,
from
cover
Epstein's
their
personal
asses.
computer accounts being released to the public, we finally have an answer to all of
I
these
mean, maybe
questions.
some of these people are
and
innocent,
the
but
answer is, almost
I don't know.
everyone stayed around him. This video is brought to you by Nebula, the only place where you can watch centric leaders of countries and movies in front of the whole world the first time on the internet. More about that later. After he was named as a sex offender in front of the whole world the first time, Jeffrey Epstein's life didn't change much at all. There's a reason why the Epstein case is this case that simply will not die.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's
Yeah.
been talked about for years.
Every
Yeah,
single
because he
time
fucked
more
over a lot
information
of
is
people,
released,
and-
the pile of
Let's not forget all the stuff with children.
unanswered questions.
It's a good
only
reason we're
gets
still talking
bigger.
about him, brother.
We now know that the richest man on earth was begging to visit his island. We know that the former White House legal counsel was flying on his plane. That a former prime minister of Israel appears in the files over 4,000
The prime minister of Israel. let that sink in.
times. But even more important than who stayed is
Bill
why.
Clinton.
This isn't the same as people taking a picture with Epstein 2 times at a New York City party in the early 90s. This is different. We now know exactly who Epstein was close with, who he strategized and planned with, who he shared code words
Woody
with,
Allen,
and at the same time,
the
the files
actor,
also
director?
revealed that many of Epstein's crimes were far worse than originally
knew that guy
thought.
was strange. I
These
just
aren't pieced
didn't think
together
he was
from
a
short quotes and photos.
predator.
These aren't theories. These are their own words in their own emails, exposed by the United States Department of Justice. And what it tells us about the world we live in is something that most of us already knew but couldn't quite prove. That there's a level of wealth and power in the world where the rules simply do not apply. Where you can plead guilty to sex crimes involving a child and then walk out of a private wing of a county jail a year later
No, honestly,
into a life
what?
that didn't change at all.
Honestly.
We now know.
He literally said this guy was a sex offender, like announced to the world that he was a sex offender, and everybody was just like, "All right, cool." What?
Beyond the shadow of a doubt that the
What?
people who shape our
What are we
laws,
doing?
run our companies, sit on the boards
See, all
of
these
our most
redacted
powerful
bars, man?
institutions, invest in the things we eat and the platforms we use
They're
to
not
talk
giving
to
us
each other,
anything. They're not
those
giving us
people
any
are allowed to look at a
use.
man like Jeffrey Epstein, know exactly what he is, and decide that he's not a problem at all. The Epstein files aren't just a record of one man's crimes. They're a mirror held up to the people who control our world. And what it's reflecting is that the system isn't broken. It was built this way, and no one's emails prove it better than the people who fought the hardest to keep them buried in the first place. But don't take my word for it. Instead, let's look at theirs. Bill Gates, from 1995 to 2017, was the wealthiest person in the world. Before that, he was also the world's youngest billionaire during the 80s and 90s.
We're expecting to do just over 100 million this year.
And still, today, he's one of the top 10 richest men alive. And it's been known for a long time that Bill Gates and Epstein knew each other well enough for Gates to have flown on Epstein's plane and even have visited
you
his
just, like-
island. Two things that have
Is it possible to be like an uber rich superstar and not be a predator? Is that possible? Like, become a huge celebrity and just don't be a dick. Don't be a predator. I feel
become
like that
this
should be super
insane
simple.
albatross around his neck ever since Epstein's death. When you read through these documents Epstein had prepared for Gates, though, I'll admit it looks like a pretty blatant attempt at blackmail. It's really easy to tell how Epstein knew exactly the reaction he was trying to elicit with every word.
Hold up. This is Bill Clinton
Easy to tell
to...
how Epstein knew
Epstein?
exactly the
No,
reaction
Epstein
he was
to
trying
Bill
to
Clinton.
elicit with every word he wrote. And for that reason, it feels pretty fake. To add insult to the injury, you then implore me to please delete the emails regarding your STD, you request that I provide you antibiotics that you can surreptitiously give to Melinda, and the description of your penis. You also made it clear to me that I am not to refer to redacted, as that is another topic that must remain between the two of us. And in return for all these requests, which I would have done without a second thought, I should continue to provide you the same level of service and dedication that I have done so diligently until you are ready to discard me and our friendship. Bill Gates, of course, absolutely denies everything to do with
It
him and
was
Epstein.
not
He has
Bill
for
Gates,
years, and he
Gates.
still
I'm an
does
idiot.
today. And hey, to be fair to Bill Gates, nothing else in the docs technically corroborates the outlandish claims that Epstein makes in his email. The only problem is that denials only go so far when your own family refuses to stand in your corner. While Bill Gates and his team were outright dismissing the documents as the desperate ramblings of a man who
Yeah, his
clearly
family was like,
trying to hold him hostage.
maybe.
I never went to the island. I never met any women. And so, the more that comes out, the more clear it'll be.
That'd be an awkward dinner
that
conversation.
Although the time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior.
Melinda Gates had her own story to tell. In a brand new interview on NPR's Wildcard show, Bill Gates' now ex-wife of 27 years described the latest Epstein document release as filling her with unbelievable sadness and reminding her of struggles she faced during her marriage. She would say, "I'm able to take my own sadness and look at these young girls and say, my God, how did that happen to them? At least for me, I've been able to move on in life, and I hope there's some justice for those now women." I don't think it would take a chess grandmaster to figure out what she means by that. But Bill Gates is only one person in an ever-growing, seemingly endless list of people who stayed in Epstein.
He said he didn't go to the island. Is that even true? What's up, man? Starting a new series today. We're doing Jack Reacts. We're watching an Epstein documentary today. We're going to do stuff like that, like cultural stuff, popular stuff going on. Not to mention, I wanted to watch this for a very long time. I've seen this on my For You page, and I haven't watched it yet.
Epstein's life, shamelessly supporting him for years while they knew he was a pedophile the entire time. But Bill Gates wasn't alone. In fact, when it comes to the full picture of Jeffrey Epstein's social life, this is only the tip of the iceberg. And perhaps nobody illustrates that better than the man who spent 2025 loudly demanding the Epstein files be released, only for their release to reveal his own lies.
Right.
Elon Musk is the richest man in the world.
True.
Inventor and leader of companies creating brain-computer interfaces, electric cars, rocket ships,
but he
and
swears
more.
he didn't want to go to the
He's
island.
also a longtime friend of Jeffrey Epstein. On September 25th, 2012,
says it right there.
Epstein writes to Elon Musk, "If you find some time, come visit me on my island in the Caribbean. Bring your friend or friends." Musk replies, "Sounds good. We'll try to..."
That right there just completely fucks over his lie. That sentence right there sounds good. We'll try to make it.
For years following his arrest and death, Elon Musk tried desperately to distance himself from Jeffrey Epstein. In September of 2025, as the case began to rear its head again, he wrote, "Epstein tried to get me to go on his island, and I refused." But as it would turn out, the truth would be nearly the exact opposite of what he had insisted for so long. 2 months after their first interaction, he emails Jeffrey Epstein to ask which day would have the wildest party on his island.
What does that
he
even
talks about
mean?
wanting to let loose and have fun, and asks if Epstein has any parties planned because he
Is he
needs
talking
the
about
opposite
blow?
of a peaceful
Or is he talking about,
island
like, being a
experience.
pedophile?
In return, Epstein offers to send a helicopter to bring him. Another email from the fall of 2013 shows Epstein inviting Musk to visit him at his house in New York and meet many interesting people around the time of the UN General Assembly, to which Elon Musk responds with a rant about how busy he is. Before Epstein asks, "Do you think I'm retarded? Just kidding. There's no one over 25 and they're all very cute." Then, a year later, around Christmas...
Yeah. There is no one over 25 and they're all cute. That's creepy as fuck. That sentence right there is creepy as fuck. I hate that.
There's no one over 25 and they're all very cute. Then, a year later, around Christmas time again, Elon Musk asks if it's all very cute. Then, a year later, just...
Okay, so that was from Epstein. I thought that was from Elon.
25 and they're all very cute. Then, a year later, around Christmas time again, Elon Musk asks if it's a good time to visit the island.
This is the same guy who said he didn't want to go.
Times for Epstein to come have lunch
in
SpaceX facilities with Musk, and even after that, they will talk more about Epstein's idea to expand Tesla distribution to Israel. Elon Musk's public reaction
What is
emails
with
has
Israel,
been one
man?
of
What the fuck's
complete
going on?
deflection and denial. However, his public statements do contradict what's in the messages. Elon Musk never refused to visit. In fact, he begged for invitations. He coordinated meetings. He invited himself, all while Epstein was a registered file sex offender who just got out of prison 3 years earlier. And here's what should really terrify you. While Elon Musk and Bill Gates may have drawn the most attention, perhaps because their hypocrisy is so shocking,
most of my
perhaps
streams
because
are
of their
about an hour
stature
long.
as two of the richest men alive, they are ultimately just a few names out of tens of thousands of very powerful people who continued working and socializing with Epstein even after the whole world knew
like this. It doesn't
exactly who and what he was.
You can see Chad on the
Peter
bottom of your
Attia,
screen.
best-selling author, researcher, CBS contributor, and ambassador, and investor in rapidly growing protein brand David. Overall, charming celebrity doctor, media...
I'm thirsty as shit. Give me a second. Ugh. I'm really in the sauce now.
Known around the world as an expert on aging and longevity. But when you search his name in the Epstein files, he comes back almost 2,000 times. In June of 2015, 6 years after Epstein got out of prison, Attia writes him an email with the subject, "Got a fresh shipment," with a now redacted image attached. Epstein replies with his own now redacted image. Attia says, "Please tell me you found that picture online." Epstein confirms that whatever it is in the image belongs to him, to which Attia responds, "The biggest problem with being friends with you is that the life you lead is so outrageous, yet I can't tell a soul." Over the years, Attia writes to
can't even
Epstein about
imagine what
going
that
through
picture
withdrawal
was.
when he wasn't seeing him. They would joke about the macronutrients in women's pussies. Attia would reach out to Epstein and talk about visiting his island. He would write, "Nothing like Little St. James."
Five Nights at
Their
Freddy's?
emails even
I'll play
reveal
some-
a
I'll
dark
play some more
truth
Five
from
Nights at
Attia's
Freddy's.
personal life. In a book he wrote
I was
in
thinking about playing
2023,
the first
Attia
4
shared
on
that
stream.
in 2017
Might do that
he had been
sometime.
so selfishly absorbed with his
I
work
played Secret
while
of
on
the
trip
Mimic
to
a
New
while
York
back,
City
but I'm
that
sure
he
you
did
probably
not
do
go
that.
home to be with his family in California after his infant son had a heart attack, ultimately only returning 10 days after it had
Me too.
happened. Meanwhile, he had been emailing with Epstein to organize a meeting during that same week. Just days after the files were released, Attia wrote in his apology tweet that in November of 2018, he read the Miami Herald investigative article about Epstein and was repulsed and nauseated. But even that was just another lie. In reality,
I mean, like, these
after
people
Epstein's
are,
crimes
like,
were
acting like there
re-exposed by the
isn't
Miami
proof
Herald in 2018,
that they're lying.
Attia's correspondence with him only continued, all the way
And
up
it's,
until
like,
the spring
common
of
ball, too,
2019.
like,
Just before
you don't have to
Epstein
really
was arrested,
dig to find
Attia
out
would
that they're
continue
lying.
emailing to check up on him. He would ask how he was doing in the wake of the article's release, making sure he was okay and that he wasn't taking it too hard.
Oh no, you just got fucking outed as a pedophile. Are you okay? The pedophile, are you okay? Like, what? What is that
Clearly, he was
mindset?
not repulsed or nauseated enough to bring their friendship to an end. This is the pattern that emerges from Epstein's emails over and over and over. Prominent, powerful people knew exactly who he was and what he had done, and then they stayed in his circle anyway. Peter Attia is not unique
Peter
in
Attia
this.
is- I
He's
was
not
about to
even
ask you that
unusual. Honestly, despite everything I may be able to say about his lies and hypocrisy, he's a pretty minor player. Because the
Yeah, but he's
archive
bald as
reveals
shit.
dozens of others. Tech billionaires, Oscar-winning filmmakers, people whose names we know, people
What a
whose
piece of
work we're
shit.
familiar with and consume.
yo!
And all of them tell the same story. We didn't know, we weren't close, and when we did find out, we
The
cut
fuck was
ties
that?
immediately.
It's like
But
some
all of
dude
them
on top
are
of
lying
another
through
chick,
their
man.
teeth.
Ew.
And so the question that just keeps coming back is simple. What the hell was in it for them? Why would these people stand alongside someone who was such a huge risk? And why are they lying about it now? And that tells you not just something about Epstein, but about what these people are. These people who run our companies, shape our politics, and build the technology and culture we consume every day. In the spring of 2012, Epstein was planning a trip to Paris, and during an email with a friend, he lets it slip that he's going with Woody. Woody, of course, being the 4-time Academy Award-winning, world-famous film director with 50 movies to his name.
Doesn't he have, like,
Woody
500
Allen. And
allegations
then
or something?
Epstein's friend asks if they're going for the pedophile convention, to which Epstein replies, "I think philae is the plural." And Woody Allen, besides being a filmmaker, is also the man who began a sexual relationship with and later married his own ex-wife's adopted daughter. Woody Allen goes on to appear in the files 7,000 times.
7,000?
Visits to little
Yo. Yo. That's crazy.
St.
7,000
Epstein's ranch
times
in New
his
Mexico.
name
They
was
organize
said.
dinners in New York and Paris.
You can't talk your way
Epstein
out of
gives
that
them
one.
furniture. He coordinates with his wife. Woody Allen made movies. He has fame, influence, cultural capital.
Yeah,
he's a
see,
highly
I make
respected
movies
artist.
too,
Really,
but
he's one of the
I'm
most
not
beloved
doing all this.
filmmakers alive. Critics praise his films. Journalists
Well, I'm
still
not a
clamor to
critically
talk to him.
acclaimed filmmaker,
Actors want to work with him.
there you go.
He's received every award there is. But at the same time, he spent years scheduling visits to Jeffrey Epstein's island. And the fact that he
Why
was
are
right
they
there in
redacting these
Epstein's inner
people's
circle
faces,
for years
bruh?
after the conviction, it tells you something that's deeper than just emails.
I mean, is it,
tells you that
like,
Epstein's
opposite-
world wasn't a shadowy conspiracy.
Okay, why does my mic keep doing that? Okay, I think it's good. Why are they redacting? I mean, is it like a confidentiality thing? Like the victim didn't want their face known? Or is somebody covering that up?
It wasn't hidden. It was full of the
I think it's
same
the latter.
people our culture celebrates. His friends were directors with Oscars, scientists who stand on stage and give TED Talks and release best-selling books, politicians who decide our fate. These are the people we've been taught to admire, to trust, and to believe are the good ones in life. But they were all there and they all knew. And I think this is where the Epstein story starts to shift under our feet. It's stopped being about him and what he did, and instead he becomes this virus that spreads to everyone around him, until it spreads so far that the entire world starts looking different. Epstein didn't get away with anything because he was clever or even hiding at all. And that makes this not just his crime, but everyone's. Another person who appears repeatedly in Epstein's emails is Reid Hoffman, a tech entrepreneur from California who in the year 2000 became the senior VP of business development at PayPal, a position that would make him a millionaire after the company was sold to eBay a few years later. But then, along with other PayPal founders and employees, he became part of the PayPal Mafia, an informal group of former PayPal executives known for their own massive success after they sold PayPal to eBay. This network includes the founders of YouTube, Tesla, Palantir, Affirm, Yelp, as well as executives from Reddit, Sequoia Capital, Square, and more. In 2003, he would then co-found LinkedIn, and would grow it into becoming the world's biggest business-oriented social media platform, selling it in the end to Microsoft for over $25 billion. Today, Reid Hoffman sits on the board of directors at Microsoft, as well as having sat on the board at OpenAI for several years, among involvement in various other AI ventures, with a total net worth in the billions. He also happened to blatantly lie to the whole world about the nature of his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. In 2019, after Epstein was first arrested, Hoffman went on record saying that he only ever met with him for the purpose of fundraising for the MIT Media Lab during the acquisition at the time. But it would turn out that that was not true, and he had in fact had many more meetings with Epstein up until less than a year before his arrest, as well as having visited his island for a weekend in the summer of 2014. In 2015, Hoffman wrote an email to Epstein after news of his involvement with Prince Andrew first hit the news, offering to help manage the negative press coverage online to cover up what they had been accused of. And the PayPal Mafia just keeps showing up in Epstein's inner circle. Elon Musk, Reid Hoffman, and now even the company's founder himself, Peter Thiel, who also appears in the Epstein files far more often than he ever admitted on his own. Peter Thiel, after founding and selling PayPal in the early 2000s, became a central figure in Silicon Valley. But
whoa, what is all that? Whoa. All right.
Not as an entrepreneur himself. Instead, he began a career in venture capital that would be considered by many a form of political investing. He would fund tech companies that disrupted traditional industries, building up a huge portfolio of companies like Airbnb, Uber, Stripe. He was even the first outside investor in Facebook, giving them $500,000 in exchange
find it strange
for 10%
how all these
of the
people are
company
expanded
in
across so many different
Meanwhile, he would advocate for libertarian politics on the side, giving big donations to figures like Ron Paul and more. But over the years, Peter Thiel's political perspectives shifted dramatically, generating skeptical media attention and a variety of questions on the nature of the influence ever since. At various times, Peter Thiel has advocated against women's rights to vote, publicly questioned the viability of democracy itself, called for a hyper-capitalist corporate takeover of world governments, and, most recently, delivered a series of lectures alleging that the biblical Antichrist is publicly emerging right now in the real world from the movement for environmental conservation. Perhaps most notably, though, the one exception to his career of mostly investing and advocating would be, of course, his second company, Palantir. Now worth over $300 billion, Palantir specializes in building intelligence tools for military and police use, and has been identified by many as essentially operating like a private surveillance state. And Peter Thiel appears in the Epstein files over 2,000 times, with records showing various lunch events, meetings, and visits throughout the 2010s. And while Peter Thiel would say that his interactions with Epstein were purely a product of Epstein being a, quote, crazed networker, records that emerged later would tell a completely different story. Because by 2015, Peter Thiel and Jeffrey Epstein were literally doing business together. In 2015 and 2016, Epstein invested a total of $40 million in Valor Ventures, a venture capital firm that Thiel had co-founded for funding tech companies outside the typical Silicon Valley bubble. Around that same time, Epstein began pitching that Thiel's funds should invest in an Israeli software company called Carbine that was making emergency communication.
This is the third time Israel's been mentioned in 17 minutes. What the fuck, man? Like, yeah, I'm I'm just gonna keep going.
Apps, and they would invest tens of millions of dollars. And in addition to that, the Epstein files revealed that there would be dozens more meetings between Peter Thiel and Jeff Epstein, showing countless invitations and conversations over the years. And despite Peter Thiel diminishing his relationship with Epstein as inconsequential and transactional, they in fact stayed in contact all the way up until just a couple months before Epstein died, far after the world began to take interest in his case yet again. But as I was going through this part of the files, it started to look like Peter Thiel being dishonest was actually the least interesting part of his relationship with Epstein. Instead, I started asking, how did Epstein get involved with this Israeli company in the first place? Who brought it to him? Who connected him to the Israeli tech world and pushed him to shop it around Silicon Valley? And the answer to that is that this company, Carbine, that's today worth over $900 million and deployed all over the world, was co-founded by yet another good friend of Jeffrey Epstein, the former Prime Minister of Israel itself. Ehud Barak is a former general in the IDF who was active in Israeli national politics from the late 90s to the early 2010s,
So the Israeli
serving
Prime
at
Minister
different times as
is
the
on
Minister of
the
Defense,
Epstein
the leader of the
files.
Labour Party, the head of the IDF, and at one point even as the country's prime minister as the successor of Benjamin Netanyahu's first term. He also appears in the Epstein file
Benny! No, go back.
as the successor of Benjamin Netanyahu.
Benjamin Netanyahu! My goat. Yeah, no, that guy's great.
Netanyahu's first term. He also appears in the Epstein files
Isn't that
over
guy-
4,000
that's the
times.
Prime Minister
And
now,
looking
right?
at their relationship as revealed by the release of the Epstein archives, we
That
can
guy
see a
sucks
level of
even
connection that goes
if
far
not
beyond
just as much.
casual acquaintance. Because from 2013 to 2017, Barak and Epstein are on record having met at least 40 times, and for some years, they had scheduled appointments every month. Epstein functioned in many ways as Barak's secret advisor, giving financial and business advice, helping expand his network, and acting overall as a kind of sounding board. And even more than just visiting the island, which he also
there's
did.
Woody Allen again.
Back in New York City, Barak and his wife would so frequently stay over at Epstein's Upper East Side apartment that it turned into a running joke for Epstein's staff. In 2015, Epstein's assistant
So just getting kind of this a little bit clearer. Some people went to his apartment in New York, and some people went to his island in the Caribbean, I think. Because I know a lot of people said that they never went to the island, but they were friends with Jeffrey and they went to his home. And earlier I saw that New York was one of the locations. I think he has a
emails
home
her
in New York, or
colleagues
had
to
a home
ask,
in New York.
Jeffrey is wondering if we can get faster internet for apartment 11J. Ehud is requesting it. Looks like this is slowly becoming his apartment. And if their social ties were close, their financial entanglements were
The Prime
even
Minister
deeper.
of Israel,
In
by the way.
2015, Barak invested $1.5 million in a seed round for Reporty, later rebranded as Carbine, an Israeli emergency communications software startup. And much of the capital for that investment had been given to him directly from Epstein himself. And besides Barak, the only other investor in that initial round was the Israeli Ministry of Economy itself, which contributed $300,000. Basically, Jeffrey Epstein was deeply financially connected to the highest level of Israeli politics. According to Reason magazine, Epstein used Barak to seek out opportunities in the surveillance industry and build connections with powerful figures around the globe, including multiple figures in Israeli intelligence and figures in Vladimir Putin's circle.
Israel is
Of course,
step
there
one?
is still the question of what Barak knew and when. He has maintained that he had no idea Epstein was involved with underage girls. But
That's
leaked
cap.
emails
Ain't nobody. That's cap. That's cap.
reported on by Straight Arrow News show that Barak's own aide sent him news articles about Epstein as early as 2011, 4 years before Epstein invested in Barak's companies.
Maybe the guy's too
And so
old to
Epstein's
find,
relationship
you know,
with a former prime minister of
too old to
Israel
figure it
has
out.
raised even further questions about what exactly Epstein's true role in politics may have been. Because as it would turn out, his connection with Barak wasn't just social and wasn't just financial.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
only is
duh.
he hosting this guy at his house all the time, he's advising him on politics, emailing about how to deal with Iranian nuclear enrichment, pushing ideas about taking military action
say
against
nuclear?
Syria. They weren't just friends and business partners. Epstein was exerting influence with a political agenda as well. And of course, if you want to exert influence over me, you guys can now buy these sweaters where I design and do the embroidery by myself.
Cool.
It's pretty obvious what the meaning is here, that our entire world is being sold out to evil people. So if you want to buy the most morbid and grim YouTube merch ever made, it's available now. It's actually really high
I'm not
quality.
buying that
The
shit for
sweatshirts are super solid.
$57.
They're made with
Sorry,
American
buddy.
cotton.
I
Plus,
liked your
again,
video,
the
though.
embroidery is
It's a
done
good
on
video.
location. That store to support the channel. That store you can support
Go
the
support
channel, get
this
free
guy's channel,
shipping
go
for
buy
a
his
really
merch.
nice, and you get something really nice in return at
There's
the
a
same
QR code
time.
right there,
That's
buy his
Spirit
merch.
World, all the really other cool stuff, just the beginning. Howard Lutnick is an American billionaire businessman and now also the United States Secretary of Commerce, a job in the top 10 of the presidential line of succession that's responsible
When are
for
we gonna
advising
get
the
the
president
DJ?
on all matters relating to American business and industry.
DJ
He's also
DJT.
former neighbors with Jeffrey Epstein for many years. And in October of 2025, as the Epstein case began to ramp up once more, Lutnick would vow in public that he had, in fact, never spoken to or met Epstein after one time in 2005. He even told a story to support his claim. According to an October 2025 interview with the New York Post, Lutnick said that he had cut ties with Epstein in 2005 when they were neighbors in New York. Lutnick explained to the newspaper that Epstein had given him and his wife a tour of his Manhattan townhouse, where he showed off his massage room. Lutnick said that he said to him, "Massage table in the middle of the house? How often do you have a massage?" Lutnick told the Post that Epstein said to him he got a massage every day, and then, getting really close to him, told him he gets the right kind of massage. Lutnick told the Post that after leaving Epstein's house, in the 6 to 8 steps it took to get from his house to my house, he and his wife decided that he would never be in the room with that disgusting person ever again. Although, in reality,
Yeah, 'cause it's a really
the newly
weird
released
thing to
files
say.
showed that Howard Lutnick had lied. In
It's a really
2012,
fucked up
he
thing
also
to
brought
say.
his wife and children to Epstein's island for what would be described as a lunch.
We had lunch
Somebody you
on
don't really
the
know,
island.
by the way,
That
if
is
you
true.
don't know.
For an hour, and we left with all of my children, with my nannies and my wife. All
This guy brought his
together. We were on
children.
family vacation. We were not apart. To suggest there was anything untoward about that in 2012, I don't recall why we did it.
And even more documents show that they were actually in business together as well. Lutnick and Epstein each signed on behalf
It's
of
like
LLC.
this guy's like showing a clip of the dude obviously lying and then just going directly to where he like the lie is disproven. I love
that
that.
agreed on December 28th, 2012 to acquire
He's like, he
stakes
said all this and he's like, but that was a lie.
in a now shuttered advertising company called Adfin. Epstein and Lutnick's signature appear on neighboring pages in the contract. The document lists 9 shareholders in total. The Epstein archive also shows them emailing each other all the way up until 2018. This is one of the United States' most senior government officials in office right now today, blatantly lying to the world about his connection to the billionaire who was running an industrial-scale child sex trafficking operation while they were in contact with each other. And he didn't just lie about knowing him, he lied about vacationing with him and doing business deals with him for years after the world knew exactly what he was. And so we're looking at all these entrepreneurs, artists, celebrities, all of these people lying through their teeth about their association with Epstein, lying about how well they knew him or what they did with him. And the craziest part is, we're still not done. We all know that Prince Andrew, son of Queen Elizabeth, was one of Epstein's most loyal associates and has been all but criminally convicted of him, to the point where even the King of England has put out a statement saying he's ready to cooperate with police against his own brother. In addition to that, there are now photos that have been released of him naked with women and crouching over a woman on a floor in Epstein's house. But Epstein wasn't just friends with the figurehead prince. There are, in fact, real working English politicians that appear all throughout the files as well. Peter Mandelson,
My
former
God.
EU Commissioner, Member of Parliament, Labour Cabinet Minister, and UK Ambassador to the US, as well as key advisor to Tony Blair, appears throughout the files thousands of times. Epstein's 2003 birthday book, which included the infamous drawing from President Trump, also includes a pretty similar note from Peter Mandelson, which includes quotes about Epstein being his best pal and mentions the interesting friends that Epstein loves to bring around. But still, it goes even further. They didn't just email each other little giggles and jokes. During this time in Mandelson's career, he was actively in office. And now, with more emails coming out, it's been revealed that he was illegally sending Jeffrey Epstein classified information about developments in UK politics.
Alright, so this guy's got he had the Israeli government in his back pocket, the Prime Minister, now the English Parliament, and then obviously Trump, so the United States government. So this guy had like political sway on 3 different governments of the world. This guy.
Writing to Epstein
Right.
about new tax policies, he pledged to lobby his own government on behalf of an interest in lower taxes for bankers, like he and Epstein were working on that together. In 2010, he would give Epstein advance
My
notice
class
of
on
a
Thursday
500
got
billion
canceled.
euro bailout scheduled for the next day, and Epstein's documents also show records of him sending euro bailout scheduled for the next day, and Epstein's documents also show records of him sending payments nearing $100,000 in value to Mandelson and his husband. In the aftermath of these documents being released, Mandelson has been branded as having betrayed his country, with London's Metropolitan Police launching a criminal investigation against him for misconduct in office. Essentially, Epstein had people within multiple foreign governments sending him privileged information.
Yeah, fucking
The disgraced
why?
former Prime Minister of Israel, using Epstein as a shadow diplomat and a fixer across 3 continents. A sitting British cabinet minister leaking classified economic intelligence.
He's taking off his socks. That's so incriminating. Why don't they show that lady's face? This is so incriminating. I mean, this guy would be arrested, like, tomorrow.
Him during
Why
the
can't we
worst
just
financial crisis
unredact-
in Britain's
Why are
modern
we in
history.
our underwear?
These are not the relationships
In some
of a
other dude's
socialite.
house.
These are the relationships of a man who operated at the intersection
Somebody said
of money,
that they were good
intelligence, and power.
Somebody
And
said it wasn't
somehow
really involved,
it still goes
sure.
even deeper than that. Ariane de Rothschild, having married into the Rothschild family in the 1990s, is a French banker and
I
current
was about to say,
CEO
isn't that part of
Ed-
the Rothschild banking or whatever? So I noticed he's going like people with higher power and people with money. Interesting.
Raymond de Rothschild Group, an offshoot of the Rothschild family dynasty that for
Raym-
centuries has dominated banking across Europe, establishing itself as the most influential family-controlled financial institution in the world. Ariane herself is worth an estimated $5 billion, and despite maintaining that she only knew Epstein in the context of her normal work duties, documents revealed that she in fact held dozens of personal meetings with him between 2013 and 2019, paid him a $25 million consulting contract, and also helped him find assistants, which according to many outlets was a code word for prostitutes. There are many, many other people in positions of power who appear in the Epstein files and add their own pieces to the puzzle. Catherine Rumler is an attorney who, following a decorated career as a federal prosecutor involved in convicting the Enron executives in the early 2000s, served for a while as White House counsel, the White House's personal lawyer, under
There's
the
the
Barack
American
Obama
government
presidency.
again.
Today, she's the chief legal officer at Goldman Sachs. Essentially, she's one of the most powerful lawyers in the world. And when you search her name in the
Lawyers,
Epstein
bankers,
files, you'll find her corresponding with Epstein
politicians.
dozens of times, years after his conviction, years after he
It
was a registered
sucks
sex
because
offender,
this guy was
years
so
after
smart with
everyone
it.
knew what he had done. Their emails, many of
Like,
which were sent while she was
that's
working
why
under the
this
Obama
sucks so much that
administration,
they're getting
show
away with
Epstein arranging for her to fly on his plane, visit his
'Cause he knew
island.
that-
It shows him sending her many tens of thousands
I'm
of
not gonna
dollars
get
worth
into
of
that.
gifts, making jokes about his penis together. This is a former top lawyer for the president of the US, someone whose entire career was built on the premise of legal, ethical judgment. And she was
Yeah, I'm best
socializing
friends
with a
with a
convicted
pedophile.
pedophile like it was nothing. We've reached a point that's almost comical.
It's nuts.
For years, the curiosity around Epstein seemed like it might be more interesting than the real truth. Like, yeah, he was a pedophile, but that doesn't automatically mean he was running a secret pedophile cabal of baby-killing billionaire freaks. But then his emails came out, and the truth is literally more insane than what people actually imagined in the first place. Epstein was at an almost surreal level of evil. There are things in here that people wouldn't have even made up, like the Rothschild family having Epstein on a retainer, like him talking about being at a pedophile convention with Woody Allen. It just goes on and on.
Yeah, he
and
kinda
doesn't stop.
threw that guy under the
Research
bus,
in this
didn't he?
video felt like trying to drink an ocean. Every time I thought I found every
Actors, too.
person, there would be
Actors.
more. Every time I thought I had found out everything they did, there was more. It makes the Epstein case feel like it might
Pam
never die.
Bondi.
Even now, after the release of 3
Bye.
million documents, we know that the government holds 2.5 million more
gone now.
they aren't going to show us. Every time they release
think.
anything, we're only left holding more questions than we had before. We now know who Jeffrey Epstein spent the last 10 years of his life with, who embraced him after his crimes were known. But that isn't the end of the story, it's just the beginning. Because ultimately, just Epstein having rich and powerful friends, that's not really proof of anything. But right now, there are more emails depicting crimes horrific beyond our imagination. Emails that reveal things about our world that are beyond what we thought was possible. There are records available right now that show that the truth about Epstein is far darker than what we had originally even feared. For decades, our society has been obsessed with the idea of secret elite gatherings where the rich and powerful engage in dark rituals behind closed doors. Stanley Kubrick's Eyes Wide Shut, released in 1999, just weeks after his death, depicted masked aristocrats conducting occult sexual ceremonies in mansions, and we saw it as an exaggerated metaphor, a filmmaker's dream about wealth and depravity pushed to the
I mean, it
nightmarish
wasn't too
extreme
far off,
for the
I
sake of
guess.
storytelling. But now there's this huge cultural resurgence around the movie because the Epstein files have made it impossible to see things like this as just movies anymore. The masked parties, the trafficked women, the implication that anyone who looks too close will be silenced, the idea that the real world operates on a set of rules that ordinary people are never allowed to see, it's not fiction anymore. If anything, the reality appears like it's probably far worse. In Eyes Wide Shut, the movie shows one night in one mansion with one group of people, but the Epstein archives show us a system spanning decades, continents, and virtually every pillar of power in the Western world. At the same time, we see how it was operating in plain sight. Because these aren't random rich people we're talking about.
No, these are people
are
with
the people
money,
who
power.
decide what technology we use, what companies we work for, what laws get passed, what wars we fight, what information we see
crazy.
and what we don't see. The Secretary of Commerce, the richest man on earth, the founder of LinkedIn, the people building the AI that's going to shape the next century, the people who advise presidents and prime ministers. This is the elite of the elite. There is no one higher than this.
What about Woody
And look,
Allen?
I get it. The government's been telling us for years that there's nothing to see here, that the conspiracies are overblown, that Epstein was just one sick criminal and Maxwell was his only accomplice. The DOJ says they found no co-conspirators. Officials insist that every wild theory or accusation is just paranoia. But then you keep reading and you find an email from a billionaire in Dubai that says, "I loved the torture video." Then another one is full of redacted images with the caption age 11. Then there's another email where they're talking about pizza and grape soda while giggling that no one else can understand. And then you find out that he was doing business with Israeli politicians and British politicians and American politicians and their advisors, Democrats and Republicans. And writing about Mossad and Jewish supremacy and how to get children addicted to video games and how to breed perfect babies and how to make young men disillusioned and believe in extremist politics. And then you actually look at what's in these files. Not what the government says is in them, but what's actually in there. And it's not just bad, it's not just disturbing, it's enough to make our deepest, darkest conspiracies look like a joke. Every one of the worst, most strangest, insane ideas that's been said about Epstein turns out to have real evidence towards its truth. And so if you think what we've looked at so far is disturbing, if you think the list of rich, influential people who stayed around Epstein after they knew what he was is horrifying, we haven't even gotten to the bad part yet. What we need to understand now is what they were doing. What
Yeah,
Epstein's
we're
purpose
about
was,
halfway through now.
why he was so valuable that the most powerful people on earth
And we're
couldn't
still not
walk
even
away,
at
why the government let him
EJT yet.
operate for decades, why his network reached into intelligence agencies and political movements, and why all of this.
But hold up, I have to go pee. Give me a sec. Cool. Alright, let's run it.
Was allowed to happen in plain sight, because this is how our world really works. This is the level of wealth and power where the rules do not apply. For decades, our society has been obsessed with the darkness of the upper levels of power. We've written books and made movies speculating what power and control really means and what it really looks like. This isn't just a story from the past. This is a mirror being held up to the present, to the world we live in right now, to the people who control it. And it's going to make you sick. Online complainant reported she was a victim and witness to a sex trafficking ring at the Trump Golf Course in Rancho Palos Verdes, California between 1995 and 96. Complainant reported Ghislaine Maxwell as the madam and broker for sex parties, clients of whom included Epstein, Robin Leach, and Donald Trump. Complainant reported participating in orgies and that some girls went missing, rumored to have been murdered and buried at the facility. Complainant reported being threatened by Trump's then head of security that if she ever talked of what went on there or who she saw, she would end up as fertilizer for the back 9 holes like the other cunt. That's a real document in the Epstein files. But of course, just because it's real doesn't make it true. Trump Golf Course in California wasn't open until 2006, 10 years after this story supposedly takes place. The Epstein files, which include over 3 million images, documents, and videos, also include nearly every single tip the FBI ever received, verified or not, with regards to his case. And if all of them were true, the world right now would be in some really deep shit. Like billionaires and presidents having parties on boats where they eat kids type of mythological demonic shit. One of them reads, on the yacht he witnessed babies being dismembered, their intestines removed, and individuals eating the feces from the intestines. He was then raped by George H.W. Bush. But even though many of these tips likely aren't true or even possible, that doesn't mean that the Epstein files still don't call into question everything we think we know about the world we live in today.
I mean,
and
isn't
look,
that
a
far
lot of
off?
what went viral after these files dropped was fake. The email saying that Epstein invented Bitcoin, fake. The Fortnite account supposedly proving he was alive in Israel playing video games on his Xbox all day, fake. AI-generated photos of politicians, unfortunately fake. People lost their minds over a bank account that they thought Epstein named after an ancient Jewish demon, but it ended up being a computer glitch. It was supposed to say balance. And this stuff is crazy and it generates headlines, but at the same time, it buries the truth under a mountain of noise. Because you don't need crackhead stories about burying girls under a golf course to see that the truth is ultimately even more horrifying than anything that anyone could have made up in the first place.
Yep.
On September 22nd, 2016, Jeffrey Epstein receives an email with redacted images attached, sent just minutes apart. One is labeled pussy, one is labeled girls, and one is labeled age 11. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's not an anonymous tip from someone who's requesting
That's just
Bitcoin to prove
facts.
the truth. These are real emails that Epstein was getting and sending, exposed by the US Department of Justice. But before 2025, the case against Jeffrey Epstein, at least in the public eye, was built primarily on suspicion. The idea that Jeffrey Epstein was part of something much bigger than himself and that other people were involved, it came from 2 facts. Number 1, Jeffrey Epstein was rich, a pedophile, and had a ton of powerful friends. And number 2, he was found dead in a jail cell under suspicious circumstances. That alone is something where you don't need to be crazy to hear it and think something's wrong. In fact, you might be crazy if you hear that and don't think something was wrong. And so as a result, in the last couple of years, even though the historical, political, legal narrative was that Epstein worked alone and didn't leave any footprints behind, he still became this symbol of everything wrong with our society. Epstein came to represent corruption, specifically the idea that people at the top of society play by a completely different set of rules than the rest of us. That not only did he get away with crimes against humanity under everyone's noses for decades, but before he could even be forced to answer for what he had done, he mysteriously died while he was sitting in a maximum security prison wing. It looked a little too convenient. It looked a little too much like someone wanted the truth to die with him. And that's why it didn't. And then slowly, very slowly, evidence came out and it showed us that the truth was even worse than we had suspected. At
So
first
we
it was
thinking
small,
somebody got
little
him killed.
drawings, notes, inside jokes, small packets of information showing that, hey, Epstein wasn't just really good at hiding being a pedophile, everyone around him knew it and they didn't care. And then finally, after years of pressure, 3 million documents from Epstein's computers were released and revealed that it wasn't the case that Epstein ever got away with anything. In reality, he didn't just get away with the crimes he had committed in the first place. He was allowed to keep going and make friends with the world billionaires, politicians, and thinkers all at the same time. On Friday, April 24th, 2009, Epstein, still in prison after his 2008 conviction of prostituting minors, emails a friend to say, "Where are you? Are you okay? I loved the torture video." That email would be revealed to have been sent to none other than Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem, CEO of a shipping company called DP World that handles over 70 million shipping containers annually, roughly 10% of shipping traffic in the entire world. His brother, Mohammed bin Sulayem, is president of the FIA, the governing body of Formula One car racing. Bin Sulayem also spent years on the board for the Sovereign Wealth Fund in the UAE and is a landowner in Dubai's Palm Islands. He's one of the most powerful and richest people in all of Dubai. But it goes, of course, even deeper than just emailing each other about torture videos. In 2016, the larger island neighboring Epstein's Little St. James, Great St. James, went up for sale, and Epstein, having already had his bids denied while trying to buy it in the past on account of being a sex offender, made a holding company in Sulayem's name to purchase the island for $22 million. Other emails between them involve sharing links to porn videos and discussing politics. At one point, Sulayem would email Epstein to tell
even
him
if these
the
guys
Ukrainian
aren't
and the
pedophiles,
Moldavian
they're still
arrived.
fucking
Big
creeps,
disappointment
right?
that the Moldavian is not
Like,
as
what?
attractive as the picture.
Who
This
just, like,
is
texts a
literal
random buddy, like,
confirmation in
yo,
writing from a
Yo, you seen this cool porn that just came out, man? Yeah, dude, loved it, man. Dude, 5 stars, man. I'd give it 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, man. Boy, I can't. Been waiting for this. Like, nobody does that. Nobody like talks about that. Like, that's weird already.
first-party involved person that Epstein was trafficking women to different powerful people around the world. Everything they said about Epstein was true. Here he is with a man who controls one of the biggest shipping companies in the world.
Not to mention the
one of
US
most
government,
powerful
the
men in
Israeli
Arab
government,
world, talking about torture porn while he's in prison, sending him prostitutes and getting him to help him
like, he
buy
had so
more
many people.
islands.
What?
Epstein was exactly who they said he was. He was doing horrific, disgusting shit with people who sit at the highest level of power and influence in the world. And the more you read, the worse and worse it gets. In 2014, someone writes to him, "Thank you for a fun night. Your littlest girl was a little naughty." After U.S. congressmen were allowed to view unredacted Epstein files in a secure context, they would report back that many files that had been redacted were relating to crimes against 15, 14, 10,
How
and even
does somebody
9-year-old
look at that
girls.
text and
They
take
would
it
also
any
say
other
that
way?
they had identified at least 6 men.
How does that
one
not
a high-ranking
automatically go to
foreign government
pedophilia?
official, one a prominent public figure, who were all directly involved in Epstein's trafficking activities. There is now undeniable proof that Epstein was doing exactly what everyone suspected he was doing.
Yeah, but
he was
nothing's
running a
gonna
ring of
happen.
pedophilia with the richest
Because,
people
like,
in the
these
world.
Rich and powerful
Other files
people,
in
they're
the
just gonna
Epstein
keep trying to
library
shove it
include
down.
an FBI document with a list of underage victims, acknowledging
14.6 terabytes of obscene material. Didn't like Jared Fogle have like a whole terabyte of child porn on his phone or his laptop or something? Like when Jared Fogle got arrested, they had to like create a new measurement of like data because he had so much CP on there. Like, but imagine that, but 14.6 terabytes, which I don't know how much a regular computer can hold, but I'm not thinking it's that much. And it was just all like
that Epstein was in
crap.
possession
That's
of
unbelievable.
14.6 terabytes of what they called obscene material and countless redactions filed under child sexual abuse material not scanned.
Everything is
But
fucking
here's what gets
redacted.
me. Those emails, the torture video, the littlest girl, the age 11, these are the ones where they were talking casually, where they aren't hiding anything. But many more of the Epstein emails turn out to contain evidence of stuff that's far worse going on just below the surface. Something that, again, was before considered a nightmare too disgusting to even be possible. In 2016, just
Anything's
before Donald
possible.
Trump won the presidency, a conspiracy theory alleging that prominent Democrat politicians were running a human trafficking operation using seemingly normal food-related words like pizza, pasta, and cheese as code for activities linked to child sexual abuse and human trafficking went viral. Following that, people became convinced that Comet Ping Pong, a pizza restaurant in Washington, D.C., was a meeting ground for the satanic ritual abuse that these politicians were allegedly
Satanic?
engaged in. The story eventually attracted mainstream media attention, and within a couple of weeks, a 28-year-old man from North Carolina traveled up to DC and began firing an AR-15 at the restaurant, among other violent incidents. In the end, no substantial evidence of the Pizzagate story was ever produced,
Yeah, but
and the
why are you
conspiracy
going
is
in
mostly
a
remembered
public
as being
place
a
with a
product
gun,
of the
dude?
mentally unstable far right.
The craziest fake news of all is something called Pizzagate. People actually believe a conspiracy theory that Hillary Clinton and her former campaign manager, John Podesta, ran a child sex ring at a pizzeria in D.C. This is a lie. So where did this conspiracy theory start? Apparently, some alt-right folks were combing through Clinton campaign emails hacked by Russia and published by WikiLeaks and noticed there seems to be more references to pizza and pizzerias than they had expected. which can only mean one thing: secret sex ring.
But when the Epstein library was released, something
Dude,
strange
you're cooked,
happened,
man.
because buried
Defending
in these millions
Epstein,
of
you're
emails
cooked, man.
across years of correspondence with
You're
countless
cooked.
different people, Epstein and the people around
Guy's a
him
fucking
were
idiot.
essentially speaking in a way that is exactly
even know who
like
that
what
guy was.
Pizzagate had described. And it's in there over and over again. The word pizza itself appears in the Epstein files over 900 times, with countless examples that make it clear they weren't actually talking about food. One email
No
reads,
shit.
"This is better than a Chinese cookie. Let's go for pizza and grape soda again. No one else can understand. What
Like
time
the no one else can understand
better
thing.
than a Chinese cookie? Let's go
Like that right there, just like that talk show host can look at that right there and think, "Wow, man, I'm a fucking idiot now."
for pizza and grape soda again. No one else can understand. What time do you want to get pizza and grape soda tomorrow? Your pizza is yummy yummy." Feeney asking about a pizza party this weekend. And it wasn't just pizza. Epstein's
Pizza
staff
party
would
between a bunch
receive
of rich
instructions
people.
using air quotes around all sorts of words
Who
that
can
clearly
afford all
had
kinds of
alternate
pizza.
meanings. JE has confirmed he would like you to serve snacks at 8 p.m.
It's
on
in
Tuesday.
quotes.
Jabor
It's
would
in
like to come
quotes.
see Jeffrey today at 1 p.m. He wants snacks. Can you be in charge of snacks? I asked if he wanted lunch, and he said no. Snacks. They're literally distinguishing between the real word and the code word in the same email. The person writing this knows that snacks doesn't mean snacks. They literally clarify that they aren't talking about lunch. Of course, I'm not necessarily saying that Pizzagate was true. I don't really believe that there were people trafficking little kids out of the basement of a pizza shop. Add on to that the fact that none
Not
of
to
the
mention
politicians that
going
were
in there
accused of
with an
being involved
AR
in
and shooting
Pizzagate are
people is
mentioned
also
in the
really
Epstein
fucked up.
files at all. But the core idea,
Even
this
if it
idea
was
that
true,
the
going in there
historical
with an
narrative
AR
decided
is so
was a
fucking
joke,
stupid.
that powerful
Like,
people
call the
involved
police,
in
man, if
systemic
you have
abuse of
any
children were
evidence.
communicating using words for food as a code, that wasn't crazy at all. In fact, it's exactly what was happening. It's just back then, 10 years ago, they didn't really get right who was doing it. And pizza is far from the only word that gives credibility to this theory. In fact, there are others that are
Steak
way
and
more
ice cream.
suspicious. For example,
I'm interested
Epstein
to
and
see
his
what
staff spend hours
these
talking about his
mean.
obsession with jerky, how they have to bring it on planes and fly it
Like,
around
is
the
this-
world just to make sure he
is a
has enough.
food
Why would someone
a
in Epstein's
person?
position
Like,
in
each
life,
food
with
is
his
a
money,
person,
his
or is it
status, and
like
his schedule, have time to obsess over
worse
beef
than that?
jerky for hours every week? Why are there emails where Epstein is asking people on his staff how to deal with the frozen white tuna? Jeffrey Epstein was a billionaire. Billionaires are not sitting around worried about how to manage the contents of the dozen different refrigerators at their 6 different homes.
Honestly.
This is a moment
They're not
where
giving
you
a
have
shit
to remember
about
the story
pizza.
of Jean-Luc Brunel, the French modeling
That
agent who
fucking
received
talk show
millions
host
of
who's like,
dollars
"Yeah,
from
it
Jeffrey
automatically
Epstein in
means sex
2004
trafficking."
to pay for the launch of a new
Oh my
modeling
God, that
agency
pissed me off
that would
so
go on
much.
to run campaigns for some of the biggest retailers in the world, from Nordstrom to Target and Sears and more. While at the same time, Epstein would be quoted as saying
Is
he had
that,
slept with over 1,000 of
what's his
Brunel's
name, his
girls,
accomplice?
having had girls from the agency flown to his houses and island from all over the world. American authorities would go on to call Brunel a co-conspirator
No,
of Epstein, and he ultimately
I guess he
went into
was.
hiding
But that's
after
not who I was
Epstein's
thinking
death
about.
in
Who I was
2019
thinking of.
before being arrested by French national police in Paris and hanging himself before he could stand trial. Seeing Epstein write about
Like Epstein, who was found hung in his cell. Put the pieces together. Somebody is trying to make this look like... I mean, I guess he could have killed himself, but I mean, like...
moving jerky around the world on planes, worrying about where to put all of his
That just
frozen
seems
white
so,
tuna,
like,
planning pizza
convenient.
parties with other elites. It's hard not
Oh
to
no, one of my top conspirators, who's a child predator. Oh, but he just happened to die when it started to come out. He just happened to kill himself right when it came out.
connect these dots.
Right.
Sometimes they didn't hide what they were doing.
Killed himself before he could say anything. Before he could say to the world, his relationship with Epstein.
At all. In 2019, on February 14th, Epstein gets an email that says, "The kid couldn't have done bikini wax because her hairs are too short. Next time, sir, I'm already at the dentist waiting for the kid." Then there was the dentist. In Epstein's emails, the dentist
literally
is
just
mentioned
said
almost
kids.
2,000 times. He writes about sending other people to the dentist in New York. There was a dentist room on his island featuring masks resembling his friends across the walls. In one email, he writes to someone telling them to send $20,000 to the dentist for redacted. There are emails where Epstein is complaining about a dentist breaking someone's jaw, and emails back to him about a nurse piercing someone's genitals and entire body with needles. This stuff is absolutely nightmarish, monstrous shit. And I don't even have time to get into the emails where Epstein would write to
Whew, I need a sec. Hold up. So he had a room on the island where he would take... Who is the dentist?
Bury
What?
everything on the island because he didn't want to deal with it. The time that Epstein would instruct his staff to buy a replica of a painting that depicted the killing of kids. And then there's Jess Staley, who in the early 2010s worked as the CEO of investment banking at JP Morgan Chase. And it was at JP
Another
Morgan
bank.
that he would manage the bank's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein himself, where the story goes that he would protect
Wasn't
and
Jeffrey
advocate
Epstein
for
also
Epstein
Jewish?
as a client, despite colleagues pointing
I mean, I
out
don't know if
multiple
that
times
means
over the
anything, but,
years
like,
that Epstein should
He had a connection with the Israeli government. I was always confused why, but I guess that's why.
not be a client
I don't
at the
know.
bank. Epstein's chief defender at the bank was Jess Staley, a top contender to one day succeed Jamie Dimon as chief executive. Bank officials for more than a decade were anxious about Epstein's prolific wire transfers and cash withdrawals. JP Morgan ultimately processed more than $1 billion in transactions for him and warned senior management about his suspicious activities. But on at least 4 occasions over 5 years, the bank's leaders overrode those objections and continued to serve Epstein. In
But why?
2023,
Somebody comes at you with a problem, says, "Oh, this guy's spending millions and millions of dollars on suspicious shit. This is a problem," and the guy goes, "Nah, don't worry about it." And the other guy goes, "Oh, I guess you're right then." And then they keep taking money out for him.
JP Morgan
How
would
does that
settle
make
for
any sense?
$290 million after a group of almost 200 of
$290
Epstein's
million.
accusers served them with a lawsuit for having enabled Epstein's crimes knowingly for over 10 years.
Oh.
Attorney Mimi Lee stated in court that Epstein's entire business with JP Morgan and JP Morgan's entire business with Epstein was human trafficking. By the time it was made public that JP Morgan had essentially enabled Epstein's crimes for a decade, Staley had already gone on to work as the CEO of one of the largest banks in Europe. But his involvement was not completely over, as the release of new Epstein emails showed that Epstein wasn't just his client. He was Epstein's client as well. In 2010, Epstein emails someone about wanting to photograph them in a Snow White costume. Then, a month later, Staley writes
Did
someone
that say
about
Brett
wanting to
Ratner? Yes, it did.
photograph them in a Snow
That's
White
another guy who's
costume.
in the files
Then,
a whole bunch.
month
Brett
later,
Ratner.
Staley writes, "That was fun. Say hi to Snow White." Epstein replies, "What character do you want next?" Staley says, "Beauty and the Beast." Separately, someone else emails Epstein to say the Snow White was fucked twice as soon as she put on her costume. Later on, during a civil case against him,
Yo.
a victim identified as Jane Doe 1 alleged that Staley personally observed her as a sex trafficking victim and used aggressive force in his sexual assault of her and told her that he had Epstein's permission to do whatever he wanted to her. Staley has still
You don't need his... What? Oh, I can totally do this because he told me I could. What? What? Oh, it's alright if I rape you. He said it was fine. What?
never been charged
That's
with
fucking
anything.
nuts.
And even on top of all of this, just absolute horror, the files only continue, as we see that, again, the government turning a blind eye to Epstein in the years during and after the charges against him resulted in not just a continuation of his crimes, but in him beginning to build a far-reaching political and cultural agenda as well. In 2011, Epstein was introduced by Boris Nikolic, longtime scientific advisor of Bill Gates, to a 23-year-old man named Christopher Poole. Poole at this point was already famous, or should I say infamous, given that he had already been voted by Time as the most influential person of 2008 after founding the anonymous online forum 4chan when he was 15 in 2003.
Oh.
4chan over the years
The founder of 4chan was friends with Epstein. Who could have guessed that one?
would become both the internet's most culturally influential and
Nothing
also
on
most
4chan, by the way.
horrific platform, a breeding ground for the most viral memes and extreme ideologies, and
But
even
that,
real
but like, that's like saying the creator of Reddit, or like the most famous Reddit mod of all time, was found guilty of being friends with Epstein. Like, oh, we didn't know that.
violence,
Sure.
described by some as an incubator for the darkest corners of online culture and politics.
Dude,
Its
4chan can get
B-board in
fucked up.
particular attracted significant media attention when it became a lawless home for the sharing of child porn and other illegal content in the early 2010s.
Yep.
But Nikolic writes to Epstein, "There is a really
That's where
cool
all that,
kid
like,
you
clown-
have. He's
like,
only
those
22.
clowns killing
Read his
people
bio."
and shit, that
Epstein
was on
replies later
4chan.
that he loved meeting Moot and he calls him Bright. He said, "I drove him home. He's very bright. I liked him a lot." Later on, Nikolic sends an article about 4chan, writing, "This article describes why I find Moot interesting. The potential for manipulation is huge." And it just so happened that just 2 days after Christopher Poole met Epstein, 4chan would open up what would become its most famous board of all, Politically Incorrect. And of course, it's impossible to know what he said to Moot when they met or how many times they met, although it was confirmed that they would meet up multiple times after their first introduction. But either way, the timing of that initial meeting is curious, because Politically Incorrect, or POL for short, after being launched in October of 2011, would quickly become known as a home for anti-Semitism, white nationalism, and even as the ideological origin point for a number of high-profile mass shootings around the world. And it didn't stop there. It would become, in effect, exactly what Nikolic and
I do have
Epstein
something
thought it
against
could be.
4chan now.
A place where the potential for manipulation was huge. A place where anonymous, disaffected young people could be radicalized, organized, and even mobilized. Undoubtedly, POL is the birthplace of the wave of populist ultranationalism that has come to dominate the landscape of American politics in the 21st century so far. And over time, POL's potency and influence has become so large that, considering its destabilizing effect on American politics as possibly the project of an intelligence agency, has been impossible to ignore. Over the years, various pieces of evidence with things like IP leaks showing a huge overrepresentation of users in Israel, it's given credence to the idea that the CIA,
Israel,
the
by the way.
IDF, or the FSB, or
5.
something else entirely may have manipulated or even originated the rise of the alt-right in the early 2010s completely on purpose. And Jeffrey Epstein was there at the beginning. And that may just be a coincidence.
Last I checked, no, I'm not gonna get into that. That's not my business.
But it might also be a coincidence in the same way that having a multi-billionaire write 900 emails about ordering cheese pizza for him and his friends while they giggle about no one else understanding their code words is just a coincidence. But
honestly,
if we're being honest,
like, who the fuck's
4chan,
gonna look
for
at
all
that
of
and be
its
like, oh yeah, they're
outsized
just talking about
cultural
pizza and grape
influence and
soda.
Epstein's strange involvement, that may have still just been a
I fucked pizza so good last night. Guy reading that, oh, he's talking about eating pizza. Where does that say he's talking about eating pizza? He just said he fucked pizza. Unless the guy's weird and he's just fucking pizza. Like, what? Who actually believes this stuff? Like, who actually sits there, reads these, and goes, oh yeah, well, I mean, they're just talking about pizza. It's that fucking talk show host, whatever his name. I still can't let that
relatively
go.
minor curiosity
Guy's
in
just
Epstein's
defending a
world.
sexual predator.
Moot from 4chan is not the only online political personality Epstein would meet with. Steve Bannon is the former chairman of Breitbart News. He was the chief strategist in Donald Trump's White House in
Newscaster.
2017. At one
I mean,
point,
it's
he was also the
so
vice president
many
of
different
Cambridge
careers
Analytica, the data firm
that
that
are
harvested
affected
the
by
personal
this.
information of tens of millions of Facebook users without their consent to build psychographic profiles and micro-target voters with political advertising designed to exploit their individual fears, prejudices, and vulnerabilities. And perhaps most importantly for the purposes of this story, he's also one of the most influential voices in the MAGA movement, the host of the War Room podcast, and the man who arguably did more than any other single person to build the ideological basis of America's far right. And he appears...
Before we get into the political stuff, because I'm guaranteed he's going to start talking about Trump in a second, I want to make it clear that I am not going to take a side left or right when it comes to politics. I'm very in the middle, because I think that both sides do really messed up stuff, but both sides also have their benefits as well. That's not to say at all that whatever's going to happen, I'm just saying. Yeah.
in the Epstein files almost 2,000 times. Their relationship wasn't casual. It wasn't transactional.
If I start hating on Trump and you like Trump is what I'm saying, I'm not gonna, say, don't watch my video if you're a Trump fan. You can like whoever you want to like. I feel like that's what being an American is. You can support whoever you want to support, despite beliefs. But I'm gonna start clowning on him, obviously. But that doesn't mean that I'm a far right or a far left. That's not what that means.
It wasn't photos and
It
handshakes
just
at
means that
parties.
he's a predator and
It
I'm making
was,
fun of him.
by any honest reading of these emails, one of the closest and most significant friendships of the last decade of Jeffrey Epstein's life. After meeting in 2017, Epstein and Bannon began texting constantly, sharing political
How does
intelligence,
any of
mocking
these
Donald Trump
messages
behind
get
his
taken
back,
any
and
other way?
scheming on how to reshape global politics together. At the same time, Bannon was helping Epstein rehab his PR. They recorded dozens of hours of interviews to help Epstein change his image. He told him, "You're engaging, you're not threatening, you don't look at all creepy."
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
In April of 2019, Bannon writes to Epstein, "We must counter the narrative that says the who traffics in female children to be by the world's most powerful, richest men." This is one of the most influential political operatives alive, the man who came up with Trumpism and designed the right-wing resurgence that dominates politics today, sitting in Jeffrey Epstein's corner, trying to help him fix his
I wouldn't
image.
necessarily say
Even on the
that,
very
but, you
same day Epstein was arrested, his last day alive as a free man, they were texting about meeting up for breakfast to continue their project of making Epstein look better and bring him back into the public eye. The last message reads, all
Covering from
canceled.
COVID.
There's a lot of content I'm not going to cover in this video, and that's because the files have become such a powerful, never-ending
I heard
stream
somewhere
of
that Trump's
disgust
name
and
is
horror
mentioned more in the
that there's
Epstein
no point
files
in
than
trying
Harry
to
Potter's
cover all of
mentioned
it.
in all
I
of
think
his
at this
books.
point we all get it. The Epstein files made it clear that his crimes were
The book's
worse
about
than most
Harry
people
Potter.
imagined. It's worse than the government is
Something to
willing
think
to
about, I
admit.
guess.
The world allowed it to continue when it
That
couldn't
guy's
be
our
stopped
president,
many times
by the
over,
way.
and that Epstein was not just a pedophile, but somehow more connected to the highest levels of global politics and economics than anyone ever thought. There are elected politicians walking out of classified briefings right now saying that they saw evidence of crimes against girls as young as 9. There are 14.6 terabytes of what the FBI called obscene material. There are
That's
dozens
a
of folders
lot.
labeled
14.6
child sex
is a
abuse
lot
material
of
not scanned,
terabytes.
and it all sits
1
in between
terabyte
Epstein
is a
rubbing
lot.
elbows with the most powerful people alive. And all of this comes from the years of Epstein's life where he was supposedly in hiding, supposedly disgraced by his crimes. All this stuff where Bill Gates and Elon Musk and Peter Thiel are meeting up with him, a former prime minister of Israel stayed at his apartment 50 times, helped him invest in companies, Saudi billionaires are helping him buy islands. This was while he was in exile. Barack Obama's White House legal counsel was flying on his planes, sending him kissy emojis, calling him up to ask for gifts of handbags and shoes. The man who is today the United States Secretary of Commerce
This
now
guy's in our government.
lied under oath about doing business with Epstein and
Like,
vacationing
right now,
on
he's
his
in our
island
government.
with his wife and kids. Then there's the tech billionaires. Almost every person who's now considered one of America's oligarchs, our country's 100 billionaires who wield an outsized influence over politics.
Is it possible
they were
to
meeting with
be a
Epstein for years while he was
smart tech
supposedly
genius and
living
not be a
shamefully
pedophile?
in the shadows. And still,
possible?
after all of this, after everything we now know, 70 to 80% of the files are still redacted, while the US government says there is no more story to tell, and that Epstein was
Oh
never
my
running
God!
any kind of organized trafficking operation to begin with.
You can't like
Meanwhile,
release hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pages of, maybe even thousands of pages of material, but redact it all. Like, I've seen the pictures. I mean, it's like pages of like paragraphs and paragraphs just redacted, and the government's like, well, there you go, that's what you asked for. No, we asked for the files so we could read them, not ask for the files so we can use them as paperweight. Like, or, you know, to roll up a joint, you know? Like, I mean, those papers are useless if, like, there's nothing of substance being shown. I mean, there's no point in releasing the files at all if it's just going to be a blank page. But
civil suits against his clients are settled left and right,
Excuse me.
with dozens of powerful people going into
Excuse me.
hiding after the Epstein files revealed their crimes against humanity. It is genuinely no wonder that people have started to think Epstein was a spy, that maybe he worked for Mossad or the CIA. The way our government reacts to him
I
today,
doubt that.
refusing to prosecute any of his confirmed accomplices, refusing to admit
just think he
anything
was
happened
rich.
at all, not only have they declared there will be no more charges, no more files, no more indictments, at the same time they also
Money.
haven't even
That's where it all
investigated the
begins,
site
money.
of his massive ranch in New Mexico, where he mysteriously won an $80 million lottery ticket, grew plants that are known for being used to incapacitate sexual assault victims, and hosted New Mexico's
plant
governor
is
himself
that?
as a house guest. The institutions that are
Wait,
supposedly
what
built
plant
to
is that?
protect
A
us, the
plant
Department
known
of
for
Justice, the FBI, the
suffocating
courts,
sexual assault
Congress, are
victims?
not
What?
just failing to
I
solve
didn't get
this
that.
case, they are actively choosing not to. And who else would they do that for besides someone who is benefiting from them? Under what other circumstances would Epstein's mysterious death be covered up? Because if Epstein were just an asset for Democrats or just Republicans or Russians, there would be a massive reward out there for whoever could expose what really happened. But there has been no
but there's so
such
many people.
expose.
I mean, you would think that would be the case. These people would release these so that way it'd be out there. But they want to like maintain their own egos and their own, like, they're not taking that responsibility at all because they don't want to indict themselves.
So who else could be protecting the truth about Epstein but the deep state itself? And then one day, I get a phone call from the president in September, and he's so mad at me, he's yelling at me, he's angry, he's chewing me out for signing my name on Thomas Massey's discharge petition to release the Epstein files. Green added, and I'm trying to tell him, Mr. President, they say you did nothing wrong, but this needs to come out. And we're having this argument, and he tells me on the phone call, Marjorie, my friends will get hurt. It's not like there isn't precedent for something like this. In the 1950s, the CIA opened a brothel in San Francisco specifically for the purpose of trying to develop mind-control drugs. They would bring men off the street, literally just random guys, slip them psychedelic drugs after they were done with the prostitutes, and try to see if they became more easily influenced or controlled as a result.
LSD,
the experiment, of course, did not work. Instead, it just resulted in countless lives ruined and even deaths as American spies would go on to secretly test on American citizens for decades, including with MK Ultra, where they would set up fake research experiments and blast unsuspecting hospital patients with drugs to the point where hundreds of Americans had their brains melted, sometimes permanently, without ever knowing why. And so the idea that an intelligence agency would allow unthinkably horrible crimes against innocent people as a means to an end is not science fiction. Honestly, it's old news. Of course, we only even know about all of this by accident. The CIA would do their best to destroy all evidence before it was suddenly, unexpectedly revealed in the late 70s. But when I look through stuff like this, I can't help but be reminded of Epstein himself. At 24 years old, Epstein got hired at a job he had no business doing by the father of a future United States Attorney General, who at the same time had recently left his job in the OSS, the United States spy agency before the CIA was formed. Then, after being fired, Epstein ends up working as a banker at one of the most prestigious firms in New York City, before being asked to leave when he got caught for insider trading. After that, he's on record working in some capacity for Adnan Khashoggi, the Saudi billionaire arms dealer who was known around the world for being the key player in the Iran-Contra scandal, where the US government, specifically the CIA, secretly, illegally sold weapons to Iran during an international embargo. It was around this time that numerous people would go on record saying that Epstein had introduced himself to them as a CIA agent. He was also known for having and using multiple passports with different names on all of them.
I mean,
later
this is
on, he ends up in
suspicious
a long-term relationship with Ghislaine Maxwell, daughter of Robert Maxwell, a man who not only owned hundreds of millions of dollars worth of publishing companies and newspapers, but was also known for having ties to Israeli intelligence, to the point where he received an Israeli state funeral attended by the Israeli president, prime minister, and 6 serving Mossad officers, despite having never been an Israeli citizen himself. But Maxwell would famously suffer a death not dissimilar to Epstein, as he mysteriously fell off the side of his boat while sailing around the Canary Islands in the early 90s during a time of financial instability in his business, with rumors flying that he had been trying to extort Mossad at the same time. Epstein then magically starts accumulating an unbelievable amount of wealth in public while becoming one of the best connected people in the world at the same time. He's hosting presidents on his private island, flying celebrities around on his private Boeing jumbo jet, meeting the Pope, and then even after he gets arrested for soliciting little girls as he somehow doesn't get prosecuted for all of the other evidence the FBI spent years accumulating against him.
I mean, by this, by the point of his arrest, I mean, by at least that arrest, I mean, they should have already found all of this. This should already be, I mean, they said they had 14.6 terabytes already. I mean, why didn't they prosecute him for all that shit?
Being sentenced to prison, but instead hanging out in a county jail for a few hours a day while he spends the rest of his time in an office taking meetings just as he always had. And even after he gets out of jail and is sent to register as a and live out the rest of his life in exile, he only accumulates more influence, meeting with the world's richest men, somehow getting banks to give him a free pass to keep trafficking even though they knew he was doing it. And meanwhile, on the side, he's exerting his influence over a wide range of political situations and speaking in a form of code so obvious that it all but confirms his sexual crimes against children only continued after his first time in jail. And then, just weeks after being arrested a second time, before he can ever have his day in court, Epstein is found dead in his cell with evidence on his body that conflicts the official narrative stating he took his own life instead of having been killed by someone else. That is literally the biography of a spy. And when you add all this together with the way that the US government has refused to offer any account of what Epstein was really doing and who his clients really were, instead putting forward shockingly flimsy deflections and excuses, it starts to look an awful lot like Epstein may have never gotten away with anything, but instead was part of a much bigger machine than we currently understand. He was rich for essentially no explainable reason, has a history going back decades of international spy involvement, claiming to be a spy in front of other people, was was given a huge break after he was caught the first time, with multiple people involved in his 2006 arrest saying that they were basically told not to pursue the case because of how important he was. And then you add in the fact that
That's
he was literally
crazy.
killed
That's
the next
nuts.
time they got him. My point is that the
There's
Epstein
just
files aren't
there's too much evidence.
just
Right.
about what one man did. Epstein was a monster, you know. Maybe he was eating babies, maybe he was breeding kids in an underground lab in New Mexico, and then okay, he's bad, it was gross. But unfortunately, people like him are a fact of life. Some of them are billionaires, some of them aren't. And there are a lot of examples of
Some
people
of them
doing
are just
stuff like
walking
what
down
he
the
did.
street.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with
never
Jimmy
know.
Savile, the British radio host. Did hundreds of kids over decades and was never stopped. As horrible as it is, these
What's with
things
the talk
happen.
show
And the
host, man?
point of the story is not
All being
about the
fuck
monster.
asses.
It's about the system that allows it. What really truly disturbs me about this story is how it shows us that we are in a world right now today where a registered sex offender can walk out of prison and then have the richest man on earth begging to visit his island within
Yeah,
2
that's
years.
super weird.
And this is the thing I
Elon
keep coming
Musk.
back to. It's not about the billionaires or the politicians or the intelligence agencies. It's about us. Because the reason the Epstein case won't die isn't because people are obsessed with conspiracy theories. It's not because people are bored or paranoid or looking for someone to blame. It's because when we were growing up, they told us the world was fair, that if you work hard, good things happen, that the people in charge earned their place and they're there to look out for us, that the system works, that the moral arc of the universe bends towards justice, or whatever it is that the shitlib Reddit people say. And, you know, you believe it because you're young and you trust the world you were born into. Why wouldn't you? And then slowly, piece by piece, we start to notice that things don't add up. A billionaire gets a slap on the wrist for something that would put you away for decades. Politicians lie on camera and nothing happens. A corporation poisons a river and they pay a fine that amounts to a Chipotle bowl out of their bank account. And each time, we're told it's an exception, that the system isn't perfect, but it works. And then Jeffrey Epstein happens, and it shows us the clearest, most undeniable proof that this story that a bunch of crazy people won't shut up about is actually true. There is a level of power where none of the rules apply, where you can do the most evil, depraved, unforgivable
surprised you didn't
things
start talking
imaginable
about
to the most
Donald Trump.
vulnerable, innocent
Thought he
people
was.
on Earth, and nothing will happen. Not because the system failed, but because the system worked. It did exactly what it was designed to do: protect the people at the top. And it feels
Honestly.
like a violation of our rights as people to live in a world where our freedom and liberty are protected. And when people like Epstein are allowed to take people's freedom and liberty away and torture them and then get away with it, this is a crime against humanity. And that's why people care. That's why this case doesn't go away. Not because we're fascinated by Jeffrey Epstein and his crimes. He's dead. People care because of what it means for the rest of the world. People care because there are people
Is he
out
dead
there
now?
right now today who are still rich beyond measure, still living like kings, free and powerful, who are passing around little girls
guess
as young
not.
as 9 years old like they
'Cause
were
his
objects,
influence
and
is
there
still
has
fucking
been
everywhere, I
no
guess.
justice. They need the outrage to fade. They need you to accept that this is just how it is and there's nothing you can do about it. And maybe they're right. Maybe there isn't anything I can do. I'm just a guy on YouTube. I can't arrest anyone. I can't unseal the files. I can't
too.
undo what Jeffrey Epstein
Just a
did.
guy on
But I
YouTube.
can refuse to shut up about it. I can refuse to let the story die. I can say, look at what they did. Look at who knew. Look at who's still walking free. And look at the world we actually live in.
Honestly,
They
bro.
want us to forget. It's our job to make sure that never happens.
I don't
And I
think
think we
anybody
should
will.
all know what this pattern of power and control can look like when it runs to its natural endpoint. Because there are more than enough places where history shows us exactly that. Jeffrey Epstein is obviously not alone in being evil and powerful. One thing I think about all the time is Idi Amin. He grew up in poverty in the 1950s in Uganda, rose through the ranks of the government, and after
JD
becoming
Vance?
president,
What?
became known as the Hitler of Africa, killing up to 500,000 people during his rule, among other atrocities. And in a time like this, it's fascinating to see how power unilaterally corrupts, and what that corruption can bring about later down the line once it begins. It's something I've thought about a lot after watching Mad Kings, the new docuseries from Real Life Lore. They have episodes about Idi Amin, Uday Hussein, Kim Il-sung, and more, all focusing on the modern
Is
era's
that
most
Saddam
insane
Hussein's
rulers and kings, with details and
son,
content that go
brother?
far beyond the average YouTube video. And this is possible because it's
Or a
only
different
on
guy?
Nebula. Because a big
Entirely?
part of their mission is to be the best place for creators to make videos we wouldn't be able to make anywhere else. Nebula is a platform I own and
Okay.
co-founded with other creators.
So that seems to be the whole thing. Wow. That was really interesting. Learned a lot. It was also a bunch of stuff that I kind of knew. but a lot of insight. Huh. Well, that was disturbing. Should we watch something fun next? I think we should watch something fun next. Something that's not as dark. Let's check new body cam. Let's see. Woman gets arrested for standing too close after a restraining order. Amazon warehouse manager gets arrested after running $9.4 million fraud scheme. Man drops killing confession randomly. Let's watch this one. Just like randomly says, oh, I killed somebody.
It's around 1 p.m. at the Sandy Springs Police Headquarters in Georgia, where one man has requested to turn himself in.
Sir,
Oh,
where do you live?
4600.
Police identify the man seen here as 30-year-old Mamadi Tabajang, who, according to an incident report, said he had been in a fight with his girlfriend, quote, a day or two ago, when he allegedly said he hurt her bad.
Okay, so building age. Okay. What transpired?
We had a fight
Okay.
just that morning, and she was drunk. She was drunk, and she jumped on me. She made a miss jumping on me for like hours, and I finally snapped.
Okay. When you say snap, like, is she alive?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I hope she is.
this is not fun.
When you
This is
left
not
her, was
lighthearted.
she alive?
She was unconscious. I don't know. I can't tell.
Okay.
This is not
Do you live
lighthearted
on
at all.
Thursday?
Teacher arrested after Snapchat's AI reported to the FBI. Drunk man attacks woman and child at an airport. Okay, attacking people's wrong, but drunk people are funny. Yo, man, I'm drunk as fuck and I'm getting on a plane. Fuck, I'm gonna miss my flight now.
Officers responded
Fuck.
to a disturbance report at an airport
God, I was
gate
gonna go
after
get
a
some more drinks
passenger
after
began
that.
causing a disruptive scene while boarding preparations were underway.
This guy's got his own, like, they got an alarm and everything. Unruly customer, beep, beep.
What happened? I'm off duty from Jersey if you need help. You know, just looking for the bad guy.
Fuck yeah, I like that guy. I like that guy's off duty from Jersey. No, I'm good. How is he still standing? He's fucking tanking those. What? He's got tased like fucking 4 times. Jesus Christ. Damn. Okay. Starting off strong. He's still holding the taser on him. Guy's gonna have like a burn mark on his back.
You cover him, I'll cover him.
I bet he's so drunk he can't even fucking feel it.
No, you stop! You stop!
This off-duty guy, he locked in, man. Probably on a vacation with his wife. He's like, hold up, let me do this real quick.
On the side or? Roll over on your side, bro. Relax. Roll you over,
That guy's not conscious. Or he's not there.
That hurt really good.
Yeah.
Do it smart. Get him on the side. There you go. Here's his legs. Come on. Help you up. 1, 2, 3. There you go. All right, big fella.
Yes. Do you mind writing the statement for me? They're going to bring
a statement, and then
All these people just waiting for their flight, man. You're not the only one.
Oh, is it boarding?
I don't know if it's boarding.
Not her, the guy who attacked the people. That's what I meant.
Have your ID?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, just take a picture of your ID.
I did give the lady my number because I wanted them to be safe, so.
Man, this was 4 years ago. Jesus.
He was getting kind of loud, and then
Right here in this area?
right here, right in these seats here, and he was getting kind of loud, and then I was sitting next to me, and
Who was
he
that?
actually said to her, he says, "Oh, really? I'm being bad?" And he says, "I'll drop you right here." And I leaned over to her and I said, "Are you safe?"
So you told her I was going to drop you right
He
here?
was going to drop his wife.
Right.
He threatened to.
The woman and child were his. That was his wife and child?
Good, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
He attacked his own wife and child?
No, but he was trying to threaten that. And with the girls, he was being aggressive, like pushing them, like, come on. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to touch you.
You're fine. Oh, so he was pushing the kid.
Yeah, but it
Seems like a nice lady.
Because he sees us. I don't even know if he knows where he's at right now.
Oh, so this must be the wife and children. So he hid his own wife and children in a fucking public airport.
On the way here,
Like, what's wrong with this guy, man? Come on.
he had put hands on you.
He was trying to pull my hair. He was saying,
Yeah, that's what they told us on the radio. That's why we're coming fast. Yeah.
She's like, what the fuck just happened? I went to go piss.
Investigators say the incident began at a departure gate inside Orlando International Airport
Oh, it
when a
was in
man
Florida.
who admitted
Yep.
drinking before
I
his
don't-
flight became aggressive
know
toward
what I was
family
thinking.
members while waiting to board. Witnesses reported
Average
yelling
Florida man.
profanity and physical confrontations involving adults and a young child before airport staff intervened. He was identified as 34-year-old Ryan.
What's this little contraption been taking him out on? A fucking stroller?
Make sure he's okay.
What the fuck is that?
Double him up.
Got him in a little wheelchair thing.
Watch, that's all right. Watch.
Motherfucker can walk.
No, you watch that. We gotta clean him up.
How many times did they tase him?
Just think about what we fought. I've been done
I count him at least one, two, three times at least on the front. And he didn't go down.
You got a boo-boo on your arm. They're gonna come.
You got a boo-boo on your
Give me
arm.
that. Give me that right now. Guy, give me the phone. Listen to me. Give me the phone. You're under arrest. Give me the fucking phone. Stop.
Does this guy even know where he is?
Give me the phone.
Oh, sorry, blood. There's blood, I'm sorry. I didn't know that.
You want to live or not? I'm sorry. Give me the phone.
Oh, I hope this doesn't get taken down now. I don't think he took it.
All right.
You need to talk.
Sorry,
I think
I've
it's
been doing the
his,
report,
so-
so I needed to hear from the horse's mouth. Okay, tell me from the beginning what transpired.
I mean, it kind of sounds pretty straightforward, but the guy came in, got mad at his wife and children, started hitting them,
that we need a supervisor. There's a
then tried to get on the plane.
customer being abusive towards his family. So then I'm usually the ramp supervisor, but since she goes by herself, I was like, I'll go up with you. You know what I mean? So I came up, and as soon as I came up, she came over here like, no, we gotta call the police because he was screaming already in the gate area, and everybody's just staring, you know. And she's kind of.
It's been 4 years. Hopefully this guy's seen this video.
The kids were like kind of like in the corner, like right there, sitting in the front, and I noticed that there was fear. So then I looked at them. I'm like, "Are you guys okay?" And then she's like, "No, we need help." So that's when I pulled out. I told him to come with me, that I needed to talk to him away from the gate area. He just looked at me crazy and he didn't get up. So then I told
Yeah,
him,
W
"You guys
lady,
step
man.
away," and I kind of got in
Like,
between where
she
he was
saw that
sitting
what
and
this
he
guy was doing, and she still walked over there.
This was right there in the front where the
Honestly,
kids
I'd be
were
afraid that he would have hit me too.
So I told her to come back here where this area is kind of.
I'm surprised he didn't hit this woman.
So when she
I mean, he's not stopping at women, he's not stopping at children.
getting aggressive verbally. So then I
Because
told
you're
him,
trying
I
to
was
talk
like,
to her, right? You're
I
trying
was
to talk
like,
to her.
no, I wanted to keep him away from her. You know what I mean? Because I saw the aggression
Her?
building. So when
The
he
mom?
started walking, following me, like trying to get here to them, and I was like, sir, I'm gonna call the police. You need to step away. So then he started walking that way, like rushing,
Why'd
like
she
he was
say
trying to
she?
get away. So the family came here, and I followed to see where he went so we can notify you guys. You know what I mean? Not close. I let the distance, you know what I mean? And he stopped at 42, and he was trying to blend in. So I came back, and as soon as I came back, somebody said, he's coming back. And I looked, and I told the family, I scanned my badge in here, and I was like, you guys come in here, because to me, this is a secured area in the jet bridge, you know what I mean, to keep them away. So I closed the door, and the kids are crying, and they're saying he gets like that when he drinks, he's abusive, he gets aggressive.
Oh my god, it's not even the first time? Fuck this dude, man.
He's gonna hurt somebody, and I was like, he can't get in here.
Put his ass in jail.
He busted that door open like nothing.
Let him
like
spend the night in
open.
jail. See what happens.
Like he went, pulled it.
See what happens to
it
people
was
like him.
locked. Like if you try to go in there right now, it's not gonna open. Right. So that's what I thought. Yeah, right. He just went boof and opened the door. And
See, if
I told
anything,
him,
a woman
you
would
can't be
beat
in
me.
here. And he just kind of shoved me out the way, like get out of my way. But with his body.
Oh, so he did push her.
That's
still a battery. That's still a battery.
So once he went in the jet bridge,
So he
was
did push
telling
her.
like, you're really doing this to me? And he grabbed his cell phone and went,
Random
poof,
fucking
right in there in the
airport
jet
worker,
bridge.
man.
Like,
Just
he
trying
grabbed
to
it like this.
provide for like her family and
So he
shit. And they're
grabbed-
like
he
drunk
grabbed
as
it
shit
like-
going to Disneyland.
Right?
You're holding
Let's
your
say
phone?
this is, yeah. So let's say this is the inside of the jet bridge, right? And he went, poof, like that. Like he hit the cell phone with the wall.
His cell phone or your cell phone?
His cell phone, not mine. Mine's just better.
The same guy who's asking for his phone 3 seconds ago. Oh, what? I shattered it up against the
So
wall?
then I told him,
I don't remember that.
Huh?
Did you get a little scared for that because of his
Not
state of mind,
really.
his
My
aggression?
mindset was more.
You know?
I wasn't
Because you were there at that time. You
I
were there
was-
alone, right, with him?
with the family. I was more being overprotective with them because I know that he will harm her. You know what I mean? So obviously, yeah, you're gonna be scared. It's a big ass guy. You know what I mean? But that kind
Yeah.
of went away for a little bit because I was more trying to protect them. You know what I mean?
I mean, it was a big fucking dude, man. I mean,
Yeah, it was
I'm not gonna be able to do anything.
Of course. Of course. So, anyways, I'm looking at him, his whole movement in there, and then I kind of talked him onto, look, come on, guys, let's go out here. And she started grabbing everything, and he walked out, and I closed the door again. So this time around, I was holding the handle inside of there and trying to put my body to it, and holding the side, the corner here, and pulling it on me. Because every time that he would try to open it, I would pull it on.
So
me.
he
was trying to go in again. Because
he was trying to go back
when
in.
we were gonna exit out,
So,
and she was
like,
grabbing everything.
This guy beats his like wife and children, and then just like leaves them to go get on the plane.
I told him when I told him, come on, let's go out there. I'm gonna book you guys so he could calm down. So as soon as he went out first, and she was grabbing her stuff.
How does
he
one
went
get
and
drunk
slammed the door onto me
at the airport?
again? And this time I kind of put
Are there
my foot
bars
in
at
the corner
airports?
And I was
I mean, I
pulling
guess.
the door on me, the handle, like to exit.
But like, who gets blackout
I was in
drunk
the jet bridge
with
and
their
the
family
was
there?
behind me.
On,
So then
like
she
before
called-
getting on the plane.
She called her mom or his mom, and she was telling him on FaceTime.
I could see maybe like after getting off the plane, heading to a bar,
Then I
maybe.
couldn't hold it no more because I was pinching my finger.
So that way you can
and
just
he
go to
pulled
bed.
it,
I don't
and he got in again, and he kind of again pushed me out the way with his body, like trying to get to her.
That's a battery, man. It's still a battery.
And you know, after he did that, you know, he's trying to get to her and telling her, "We're getting on this flight."
W lady again. I mean, she's getting pushed left and right. She's like, "Oh, it's not that big of a deal."
There's no
Oh,
plane.
there was never
I was
a plane.
just trying to keep them
was never a
secured.
plane.
You know what I mean? So then, there's no plane. We're gonna, and he's walking down like there's a plane. I'm like, sir, there's not a plane there.
But the plane had left.
There's no plane.
The guy's so fucking drunk. He's trying to get on a plane that's not even fucking there. He's at the terminal. Let me in. Let me in. There's nobody on the other side of that door.
There was never a plane.
Sir, that plane left 3 hours ago. What the fuck are you doing?
So then he's like, no, I'm gonna go on the plane. I'm gonna go on the plane. I'm like, sir, there's no plane there.
You open that door and you're gonna fall 10 feet to the ground.
Then he started walking up, and I'm trying to calm him down, like, sir, let me go.
They should have let him. They should have let him open the door.
Just hold on for a second.
Looney Tunes, he opens the door.
And that's, you know, I opened the door again,
The
and
whole
he
time
came
you tried
out.
to talk to him and calm him down.
To kind of think I'm getting on a plane, I'm okay. So then I closed it again, and that's when you guys came. Or no, the second. No, I'm lying.
Because when I came, he was coming out.
No. So the second time.
Wow, we're talking to this lady for a really long
As soon
time.
as he came out, you know, I kind of heard. I don't know who showed up first. You showed
Have we
up
already
first,
talked to the
and I
mom
got
and
the
children?
family out
I think
when I
so.
saw you coming. I told him, come on.
I want to see more of the drunk guy. That was funny. Like body cam videos, drunk people. Drunk people are always super funny to make fun of. Oh my god, I forgot about Justin Timberlake's thing. He got a DUI 2 years ago, and then they try to keep it hidden. What is it with the airports, man? What? She crashes into a school bus and then tries to bite a cop.
It's 5 p.m. in Boynton Beach, Florida, where police respond to a suspected impaired driver who just allegedly crashed into a school bus.
Hey, Dad. You okay? How are you? We have FD coming right now to get him checked, okay? What happened? Let me go on your side, okay?
So you hit a school bus and your first inclination is to just sit there? I would get out and be like, fuck, I just hit a school bus. There's children in there.
Crossing over and... You're coming on this road? You were crossing this? You were gonna go in here? Yes. Okay. Alright. And... What color was your light?
She is gone, bro. She is fucking gone.
Green. Okay.
Officers identify the suspect, seen here, as 38-year-old Megan Champion.
She's gone,
who
bro.
police said was driving with an 11-year-old child in the car.
That was green? Alright. Did you already give someone your driver's license and stuff? Or
No.
Okay.
Ask me.
Okay. Alright. Give me 1 second, okay?
She's like,
Next, police get a chance to talk to a few witnesses. Let's see what they have to say.
So I was right behind her.
Okay.
Okay, so we're coming. There's
whoa,
a bunch of
lady,
cars.
chill. So here's where we were. Like, chill.
Slow, and they're all like trying to get around her, and she's like keeps kind of swerving lanes, and then I was like, man, is there? I literally at one point was like, is this a kid driving? Because this was like ridiculous. And then all of a sudden, like I'm coming up. I live in here, so I'm trying to turn in here, but I'm waiting.
Which lane was she in?
Well, between this one and this one, because she was like,
yeah, this lady's pissed.
yeah, and then the cars kept trying to go around her, and then by the time we got here, I was the last one behind her, and I was like, well, I have to turn, so I'm just waiting for her to get out of the way. She comes into
I guarantee
this
she
lane,
got
like, she's
way
like,
more
oh,
mad.
like, I don't need to go
Way
here.
more mad at
Like,
this when she was in her
straight. So I
car.
was like, oh, cool, maybe she's gonna go that way and go that way, whatever. But she came up this way, and then she just turned left, like a sharp left, and tried to like.
Yeah,
gut
she's
it,
drunk
but
as
he was
shit,
already
so.
halfway through. She T-boned into having. He was already halfway through the intersection.
T-bone?
Luckily, investigators said the driver was the only occupant of the bus at the time of the crash and was uninjured in the incident.
Okay.
Ooh, that could have been so much worse. Because a T-bone right to the side with like 30 kids?
Very slow.
Jesus.
So I'm talking like school zone in.
It's right outside the elementary school, too.
So people were starting to pass her right on the right.
What lane was she in?
She was in the left.
That lane? Okay.
She's the left lane trying to turn right.
This lady.
Why are we doing this little investigation in the middle of the road?
So she was good, and she was kind of still pacing her, and it looked like she realized, oh, wait a minute, I'm in the wrong lane, and she tried to turn. I don't think she ever saw the bus. She could not have seen that bus, because I did a, oh no.
Meanwhile, another officer checks on the suspect.
All right, so, sit down. I'm gonna have the paramedics checking you, okay? All right. Do you remember what happened at all?
Ma'am, do you know your name?
Sure. What happened?
I had an accident.
Yeah. How did that happen?
No fucking shit.
Huh?
I crossed over.
Okay. Why did you cross over? Are you going somewhere around here? Or?
Good God, this woman is so inebriated.
My friend's house.
Okay. All right. Does he live in here?
Yes.
Okay. Are you injured?
No.
No, you're not hurt? Do you want to go to the hospital? All right, sit down, okay?
This cop knows, he knows.
I already give all this stuff to...
How much? We're going to talk to the paramedics.
Got her checked.
See if they can clear her, and we'll go from there.
This guy's SWAT.
How you doing? Seems like she's in... How you doing?
It's the fucking Lego brick breaking sound effect.
Let you guys do what you gotta do.
Wait, does the officer not notice that she's clearly drunk?
My daughter. She's with the paramedics right over here. Okay?
What? My daughter got out of the car
You guys
since
what?
when?
So the daughter was in the car, yeah. So she basically
My 11-year-old daughter.
At a slow speed, and she made a sharp turn and T-boned and then hit the side of the bus. Is anybody in the bus? No, there's nobody. Okay, just the driver. That's good.
Was the driver alright?
That's why we just want to get her cleared real quick.
Yeah, thank God there weren't any kids.
Did the daughter say anything?
I haven't over there yet.
Okay.
According to an arrest affidavit, the child was checked for injuries and later released to a family member.
Yeah, you're gonna go stay with Dad for a little while.
She's fine. We're gonna have you step out for a minute because you're back to the floor here, okay?
Whatever you want.
Okay.
So this is the sad stage, like the crying stage of being drunk. Because there's the crying, there's the laughing, there's the hungry, and then there's the
I'll help
angry.
you. Go ahead. I'll hold it for you. I'll take a picture of that license. Go ahead and I'll hold it for you. All right, let's walk back this way, okay? Stay right here. You can stay right here. Okay. Nothing hurting you? No? No leg injuries? You didn't hit your head? I don't see any physical injuries, so I'm just making sure you're fine, okay? Okay.
Your daughter's getting checked up right now, okay? So she's in good hands, okay?
Okay. Can we let's walk over here around the car so people don't hit you. Okay? Can we walk around
Either this guy's just being super polite, or he doesn't know that she's drunk.
Huh? Can I guide you? Sure. Okay. Let's go in here. Right here.
Can you guide me?
Hey,
God.
All you gotta do, if you don't stay by your car, that's fine. Okay? All you gotta do is, okay.
Now,
What the
If you
fuck
don't
was
stay by
that?
your car, that's fine.
Just a little shibby,
Okay?
shibby,
All
shake.
you gotta do is, okay.
now officers
Walking
try
on
to get
over.
to the bottom of what exactly happened here.
You did that shit in the influence. Okay. Alcohol, I can smell alcohol.
Okay, so he does know. Okay, he does know.
That's good. I'll help you.
what's the name?
Ask you for full name, date of birth, name.
Megan, what's your full name, please?
Megan. I'm so sorry.
So Megan, this is what's gonna happen. Right now, I'm already done conducting the traffic investigation.
The crash investigation?
The crash investigation. Now I'm moving on to, I have suspicion that you've been, you're under the influence or something. So now I'm conducting a DUI investigation. Okay?
She's like,
I
yeah.
have to let you know.
Yeah, I am.
So,
I am
Oh my God, you did.
What's your address?
38.
What's your address? 38. Cool. Don't go looking for this lady,
Why
by
are
the
you
way.
sorry for
If
her?
you live at 38, don't bother this lady.
what's going on?
Did you take anything?
No.
Because I can tell, ma'am. We can tell that.
No, I haven't.
She just said
When was the last time you had a drink?
30 seconds ago that she was
I
drinking.
haven't taken anything.
Okay, what alcohol? I'm talking about alcohol.
No, I haven't taken anything.
You still didn't answer my question.
No, I am answering your question. I haven't taken anything.
Okay.
Then why are you
You're
crying?
able to tell me what your address is.
I swear to fucking God. I'm not drunk. I swear to God. I haven't taken a thing. Not one thing. Not one. Close my mind. 30 seconds ago she said that she did, by the way.
Not yet. I'm just gonna see. Are you injured anywhere?
Alright, this guy keeps asking if she's injured. She said no 20 times now. She's not injured.
Anywhere. And
Like, honestly, stop fucking asking, bro.
I am trying.
I'm trying.
I just want to know,
To do
Megan, if
what?
you were taking anything, if you were drinking anything.
No,
When was the last time you had a drink?
Like 4 days ago.
4 days ago?
She's been drunk for 4 days?
I was picking up my kid and
I just had a few glasses of box wine. Just a few. Just a few. Before I went to go pick up my child.
The reason we
From elementary school.
these questions, man, because
During the day.
you've given us all the indicating that you are under the influence of a substance, okay?
This guy's like, you're obviously fucking drunk. Just stop lying.
Now, one thing you're asking your driving pattern when you were driving all over the road, according to two people that saw you driving and you crashed into the bus. Not only that, I'm just observing you right now. You are extremely lethargic. You look like you're about to fall asleep.
I
Okay?
understand.
You're slow to react. Your eyelids are...
understand.
No, you don't. Not one bit with 30-year-old.
Slow in your words, okay? That's why I'm asking you all these questions. So, if you took, I don't know if you
This
were, I don't
officer
know,
is so
alcohol,
patient, man.
I don't
You
know.
don't drink at all?
No.
You never drink at all?
No.
Really?
Yes.
What about
You
4
said you
days
did
ago?
something 4 days ago.
That was like.
I don't drink anymore except 4 days ago. And earlier today.
but-
And 10 minutes ago.
So
I am telling you,
what did you have to drink?
this was weeks ago.
Okay, what was it?
I am telling you, I don't drink currently.
Okay.
And I have been.
Girl, just say you've been drinking. I mean, it'll be easier than all this.
We don't want we just
4 days ago, 3 weeks ago, yesterday, it doesn't matter.
Your pupils are extremely pimple.
Yes.
Is that, are they normally how they are? Your pupils?
I
You see your
am
license?
trying to.
Do you have
She can't even
anything
get
else
words
in
out.
your car?
No, there's nothing in my car. I'm not worried about that.
Okay. When was the last time you see a doctor?
Oh, less than a week ago.
So you didn't hit your head at all today, right? In the crash?
So she doesn't drink anymore, but she drank a couple of days ago, 4 days ago, and 3 weeks ago. But she doesn't drink anymore. Interesting.
Maybe.
And when the airbag deployed, did you hit your head? You mind if I look?
Did you hit the bus?
Did you have any bumps and
I don't
everything?
know, maybe.
You can go ahead and look.
I know that's not what he asked for.
Does she know what day it is, what year, any of that stuff?
So you're not sure when our back maybe don't have.
So,
Do you know what
I
today's
feel like
date
this is
is?
pretty cut and dry. She didn't hit her head, she's just severely intoxicated.
Do you know what
I
year
feel
it
like this
is?
is a cut to the chase.
2025.
Who's the president?
4. Oh.
Yeah, see, you're not even, you're having a hard time even answering
That's
simple
not the
questions.
correct year, by the way.
I,
She said 2025. No, 4. No, you were right the first time.
Okay. Alright.
that
Who's
was
the
a
president?
joke.
Yeah, well, this really isn't kind of a joking matter because you've answered 3 questions incorrect so far.
This is the laughing stage.
No, I'll grab it.
Stay right here.
You know what's next?
You can barely move.
The anger stage.
I mean, we are doing a deal on there, but I don't know what
It's sad,
Yeah,
then
I mean,
happy,
she's
then angry.
refusing.
I'm fucking calling it.
No,
Either way, we
no,
gotta take her to the
I asked you if you were okay and if you needed medical treatment. You said you were
I
okay, you're
didn't
not injured.
refuse.
Either way, we gotta take it to the
I've seen
hospital.
this
I
before.
didn't refuse.
Man,
In person.
I stated that
This
you
is why I
said
don't
that you were
drink.
not injured. You told us you have no injuries.
I'm not 21 yet.
Are you injured?
That's why. But also,
What's
yeah,
Are you injured?
I don't anyway.
I didn't refuse.
Okay, did you listen to questions
that's
that
not
she's
what we
asking
said.
you?
He
Look at her
asked you,
pupils.
are you injured? Are
Yeah,
you injured? No.
Okay, so that's basically what he's stating right now.
No, but he just said.
Are you hurt? No. Okay. Well, so then I won't get you medical assistance. You refuse medical assistance. I didn't refuse anything. Yes, you just did. What?
Are you injured? And I didn't refuse.
No.
Where is
I'm
this?
saying that you said you are not injured.
This firefighter's like, what the fuck am I doing
Right,
here, bro?
are you injured?
No.
Okay.
Right. That's what we stated.
That's what he's asking you. Do you need to go to the hospital?
No.
Okay, that's what.
Okay,
we
I'm actually on the
established
drunk
already,
lady's
so then
side. They've actually asked her that
establishing your mental
500
state,
times.
So we're asking you questions.
And she said she was fine every single time. Maybe I'm drunk, but like I feel like if she said she's fine and you checked her head and everything and she's fine, maybe she's fine.
What's wrong? Talk to me.
Do you understand? They have to make sure they assess you correctly.
She's
before.
fucking with mute there. She's
All they're doing is they just want to make sure you're fine.
Do you want to be medically assessed?
Can I speak with you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay right here because there's traffic coming. What's up? This kind of seems.
Are you going to take her?
Can I talk to you over here for a second?
Collaborated.
Yeah, sure. Come here.
Collaborated. What are you talking about?
Once you finish your
Mommy. Like, really?
Like what?
Won't let us? Take her by.
I mean, like, she
I'm
is
not
lost in
understanding.
the cosmos, man. She is
I'm
beyond
trying to
gone.
help you. I'm trying to find out what is wrong, like what's going on.
Anger's coming.
If you're
It's
okay.
coming.
All they want to do is they
Sad
just
already
want to make sure
passed.
you're
Once
medically
sad
okay.
passes, that's when anger
Next,
comes.
officers attempt to administer field sobriety tests. Let's see how that goes.
So
And I'm just trying
She
to
can't
find
even
out.
say her own fucking
she
name
says
right
she
now.
doesn't want to go.
Before that, I do have to pee though. Again. Hold up. Alright, let's hop back into it. Hold up. Oh. Interesting what people will put on their stories, man. Very interesting. No shame. No shame. Ooh, I'm not gonna repeat what I just saw.
So just ask her because would she
I
be willing
didn't
to do
say
something for
anything.
sobriety? No. Would she be willing to do something?
Wait, is my mic on? Yeah, we're good. Cool.
For sobriety exercise because you believe everybody can see.
Yes.
On what earth am I drunk in?
She wants to do it.
So, would you be willing to do a field sobriety exercise? Just.
So we can, because we believe that you're under the influence of.
Let's go.
Would you be willing to do some field sobriety
Yes.
exercise here? Okay.
Here comes
Just
the
hold it for
anger,
a second.
man.
I gotta see if you guys are gonna take her, then I have to wait. If you guys are not taking her,
We have to call for. I think we have one in the box already. So we might have to call for another one.
I mean, again, if you guys are not taking her, because we have to take her to the hospital regardless.
Why do they
As far
keep
as us
saying
doing
that
the
she's
field
like
sobriety,
hurt? She's just fucking drunk.
I gotta wait. If you guys are taking her,
You suck.
What? That's to the woman, right? The one that she pulled to the side because she wanted to talk to her.
As far as us doing the
Because she
field
was a woman or
sobriety,
whatever.
if you guys are
Whatever
taking
she
her,
said.
Suck.
Oh, but here it comes. She's pissed now.
That's fine. She will be with Bush right now. Okay.
I'm just waiting for it to explode because drunk people, when they get mad, they explode. Not like actually explode, but explode with anger. It's always at one particular point.
Come over here real quick. Do you wear glasses?
I'm so sorry for causing the accident. I'm so sorry.
You have contacts now?
She's like, I'm so sorry I caused that
We're
accident.
not gonna
But
do it
wait,
here.
feels right
Yes,
as
we are.
fuck?
No.
What are you talking about?
No.
You don't want to do it?
No.
Where would you like to do it?
Where's the straight line?
Well, don't worry about that. We'll get to that.
No.
You don't need to have a point of reference to walk in a straight line, lady.
Straight line.
It's not that hard to walk in a straight line without a point of reference. Just walk straight.
You gotta hold on. Where you going?
No.
Come over here.
She's like, I'm out, see ya.
Okay.
Straight line. Let's go.
That's the next step.
Straight line. Let's go.
Careful. Watch the car.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa.
Move over here, please.
Oh my God.
Over here.
Lady, you almost stepped in oncoming traffic.
Move over here.
Chill.
Move my car. Can you take my car and move over here? Ma'am.
Back it in here.
Stop.
Bro. Straight line.
Stop.
Straight line.
Line.
Straight. Whoa, whoa, lady, chill. Stop hitting the officer, man.
We're done. We don't need to do this.
It's really strange.
Straight line. Straight.
Why does she keep saying straight line? What does that even mean?
Hey, we're gonna go to the hospital.
Straight line.
To be on the side of the street watching this must have been
She's going.
magical.
Can you put your gloves on? Just pat her down.
Straight line. Where the f is the straight line?
Relax.
No.
What are you talking about? Honestly.
Relax.
Straight line. Where the f is the straight line?
I mean, you could have a straight line anywhere. I don't.
Is the straight
She's gonna break her arm.
Okay. Make sure there's anything in the pocket.
No. You.
Okay. Didn't need the whole fucking grab ass shot. Jesus.
You wanna fill me up?
Yeah, that was a little weird.
No.
Not to mention she was.
No.
It's a little weird. Very strange.
Have a seat. Have a seat. Come on.
Megan,
Have a seat.
just have a seat.
Have a seat.
Just have a seat.
Why?
Just have a seat.
Just
Why?
sit down, lady. Just chill.
Why?
Just chill, lady. It's
You're gonna
alright.
hurt yourself. Have a seat.
Honestly, she almost stepped into
Stop
an
resisting.
oncoming traffic.
You're gonna hurt yourself.
Why?
Got it?
Call it out online, sir. Thank you, please.
I bet that breath.
You saw that right. Megan allegedly tried to bite the officer while she was being put in a patrol car.
Please.
I bet that breath. Oh my god. She said, ah.
What's the reference?
Signal one.
Alright.
You guys should try biting you. I don't know if you're not.
I don't know. I did. She you know, trying resisting. And signal one. Signal one crashed. Signal one having a kid. She got a kid in the car with her. That's an enhancement. Plus the crash.
Yeah.
Plus this.
Yeah.
I smell alcohol on the breath. Why she's like right there.
No,
to me.
she's
She's under narcotics and alcohol.
Moments later, officers are alerted that the 38-year-old allegedly slipped out of her handcuffs when they get another chance to deal with the suspect.
Oh shit.
I'm not doing anything.
I just slipped out of my handcuffs, but I didn't do anything though. What?
I didn't.
They just fell
literally
off.
Do anything.
Right.
I was just telling you.
Wow, she's going for round 2.
Megan was medically cleared out of hospital
No
before
shit.
she was taken to jail and booked for DUI with property damage and DUI with a
Who the
person
fuck
under
coulda guessed
18
that?
in the vehicle. At last
Literally
check, she
anybody.
pleaded not guilty to the charges and is expected back in court.
Wait,
At
what?
last check, she pleaded not guilty to the charge.
She pleaded not guilty? Are you stupid? Are you, like, was she drunk when she took that plea deal? Or when she decided not to take the plea deal? Was she still drunk?
Charges and is expected back in court this winter.
And
Anything. I literally just told you guys.
oh, so she's probably been prosecuted at this point, because there's no fucking way that a judge would have
Just so you know, ma'am.
said not guilty on that.
Just so you know, I gotta inform you this, okay? We try to have you do this fellowship right here.
I just told you. I didn't refuse to behave. I literally just told you.
You started running away into oncoming traffic. I feel like that's refusing. Just get in the car.
You're
Blue hair Karen realizes actions have consequences. See, I'm not gonna watch a video like that. That's cringe. Alright, let's do one more. These are fun. Rear ends a cop car. We gotta find a good one. It's too short. Justin Tim. Drunk guest tries to fight officer on family vacation. That sounds interesting. I like this. Just sitting and watching
Welcome
different
back
stuff
to
with the
Cop
stream.
Action on Cam. Tonight's video brings us to the Universal Orlando Dockside Inn and Suites, where resort security called police looking to have a man evicted after he caused multiple disturbances throughout the evening.
Man, I want to go to Universal.
Being in
That sounds
town
like so
with
much
his
fun.
family for a cheer
'Cause then you get to
competition,
see shit
the
like
man
this
was
at the hotel.
visibly intoxicated, yelling at staff and taunting officers with vulgar insults. As police escorted him and his family towards the elevator, his aggressive behavior escalated fast, leading to a forceful takedown.
Wait, that's spoiler alert. Jesus. Wait, I didn't mean to click out of that. Spoiler alert. Jeez.
Hello.
Also, why is this like in 16 by 4? Oh, this is not full screen.
They're best friends. They know each other from wherever back home is.
It's a week before my birthday.
Kids had custody of 2903's kids.
Okay.
2910 kids left his kids unattended, came back to the room.
Okay.
2903 realized, he freaked out. We got called up here for a fist fight. When we got up here, they were arguing. They pushed each other back and forth. We got them to separate. I want them both gone. 2903, banging all up and down, smacking on elevators, doing all that. 2910.
This lady's not having it. I respect that.
I want them both off my property.
Cool. She's like, get them the fuck out of here.
2903, because he's very intoxicated.
Wow, just kind of airballed that guy. Jesus, he was like talking to you. You walked right past him. So,
Can we do 2903 first?
wait, so the guy and his ex-wife are on a vacation together with their kids and they have 2 separate rooms? And they got in an argument?
Yeah, watch out. You just slide down there.
I feel like that was a disaster waiting to happen. Going on vacation with your ex-wife. What? Unless he was fighting somebody else. Because you said it was 2 rooms, not just 1.
Hello.
How you doing, sir? Give me a favor, stick my card open.
What's going on, man?
Nothing.
Huh?
Nothing.
Okay.
My kids
Your kids
were
what?
lost.
Okay.
Why is there aggression and shit?
What do you mean aggression?
Like, why is all this?
Because we're trying to figure out what's going on.
My kids went missing.
Okay.
And I tried to find the last people that were with my children, which is my best friend down the hall.
Okay.
And his
his
kids
friend.
can say were the last place they saw my children.
Okay, so not his ex-wife, it was his friend.
So I kind of lost my shit. I'm trying to understand where the my kids went.
Right.
Because they were with her
Who's this
kids
chick?
the last time I saw them.
Okay.
So my kids are now here. We're all good.
Okay.
So can we just go to bed?
Okay. So, on behalf of the staff of the hotel, they don't want you here anymore.
I'm sorry?
They don't want you here anymore.
They don't want me here anymore.
Nope. So.
What did he do
happened
again?
earlier, before we got here.
It's like
They're just done with
yelling
it,
at
okay?
people?
So I'm just letting you know what's going on.
All right, so we gotta go at fucking 11 o'clock at night.
Okay, there it is. I was about to say, this guy seems pretty chill for somebody who's super drunk.
They
Never
told me
mind.
everybody.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Josh?
What the
I'm right here, sir.
I lost my kids.
Who is this chick and why is she,
lost my
like,
kids,
what is she-
bro. Yeah, wait,
Was she not there?
Make eye contact with
Yes, sir.
her?
Was she like, come on? Why'd you do that? Like she didn't know until just now?
Okay. Come on. Come on.
What are we gonna, where are we gonna, I don't want to go over there.
Why are you so aggressive with me?
Because you're making me f***ing leave. We have a cheer competition tomorrow morning.
Relax.
And now I gotta f***ing find another place to stay.
Relax.
No, we're gonna...
Listen to her, she's telling you stop.
How am I approaching
Your
you?
f***ing videos.
Okay.
Go, baby. We're gonna go somewhere else, honey.
Be quiet.
This is the stupidest f***ing shit I've ever f***ing heard in my life.
Stop. Calm yourself.
I'm f***ing calm.
No.
I lost my kids, and this turned into a whole f***ing you gotta go bullshit.
Stop.
Because you're a f***ing pussy.
Lower your voice.
Okay, I don't think this guy's as drunk as the last lady, but he's
This
definitely
guy's
way
okay.
more aggressive. He's already at the anger stage.
Yeah, we're okay, bro. We're gonna pack our shit and we're gonna go.
Yo, dump his ass.
No.
If you had any common sense, lady, you'd dump his ass.
Josh.
Come on, sweet tits.
Can we have like 20 minutes or so?
That's fine. That's fine.
Just for us, no firearms, nothing like that you would.
What?
No good.
Firearms, nothing like that. Just for our
No.
safety.
No.
Alright.
I'm sorry. I just flew from DC, like in like her place. I've met them here from like.
She's drunk too.
I came here like for our.
I lost
She's drunk
my
too.
kids, bro. I was freaking out because I lost my kids.
Okay.
And I'm victim to this shit.
Nobody said you were the victim, dude. Nobody said that.
Have you ever lost your kids before?
I have.
No. So you don't know how
So,
it feels.
obviously
You don't know
they're
what it
both
would
drunk,
take mentally.
but it seems like this
But
lady
you're
is
gonna
like
kick me out of this
a lot
hotel.
less drunk. Maybe they went out and had some
Pack your
drinks
stuff.
or something,
Pack your
and
stuff.
he
We have a
had too
weekend all
much.
day.
I'm sorry, but like, are we gonna be charged for like this whole entire state?
So once we get downstairs, we'll figure everything out, okay?
This is
Yeah, she's like, are we gonna get charged for all this?
Just pack your stuff, please.
Just get the fuck out, man. Just actually get the fuck out. Just do that.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a pretty.
Up. I can't.
If you want to start helping pack it. Yeah.
I know, but like I'm sorry.
No, I
I have
got you.
really bad anxiety, and like I can't.
Real. No, I get that. You're also probably drunk. I can tell. Yo, these Universal fucking hotel rooms are nice.
Do you guys know,
Huge.
do they have a car on property?
I can find out.
Yeah, you can find out.
So what happened to the friend
That way we could,
and
maybe
his
we could
kids?
find a better exit to get him out. Not through the lobby, because he's going to make a show.
Oh, he already did with your mom.
Yeah. So,
But yeah.
find out if they have a car and an exit where we could get away from everybody, because he's going to...
You don't need a watch.
Yes, I can.
No, you
I don't
don't.
know what else is in here.
I'm sorry?
I don't know what else is in here.
It's my children and myself.
I don't know.
Stop, Josh. Can you just?
Him.
Josh, turn your phone off.
Him and his
Josh,
bullshit.
Even the kids are like, Dad, shut the fuck up, man.
Sucks everywhere.
The kid was like, Dad, stop.
I'm not gonna f***ing off quiet,
Gonna
baby.
go see Mickey
I'm
Mouse in the
not
morning?
going out quiet.
Josh,
Had one too many Mickey Martinis.
No, we're gonna make this f***ing fun.
no, I don't want to. Josh.
Pulls out a fucking sword.
Right.
You want to arrest me?
Hey, you get the
Disney
you get the
World.
winning lotto tickets, sweetheart? Did you get them? Did you look at them?
If you don't arrest me, here's a check for $6,000. Why does he just have a check in his hand?
At me like that.
You, what the f*** are you looking at, bitch?
I'm looking at you.
I'm looking at you, you bitch.
This guy's trying not to laugh.
What are you looking at?
They asked for 20 minutes,
You got it, man.
I don't know either.
like right about here.
He's cute. He's cute. You gotta fit him out.
And I think it's been well over 20 minutes by this point. At least in universe.
I hope I'm wasting a lot of Orlando PD's tax dollars.
I'm here.
This and minor bullshit, pussy boy.
Your daughter's calling your name.
The kid is literally saying, Dad, 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 stop. Like, what?
Here we go, pussy boy.
Is that their surfboard? Or is that part of the room?
You wanna walk me out?
Go ahead.
You wanna hold my hand?
Keep walking.
You wanna hold my
Keep
hand?
walking.
You wanna hold my hand, boy?
Okay.
What's up, sweet tits? See you later, baby.
What's he saying? Sweet tits?
You know that?
Isn't he talking to a dude? Is the guy like fat or something? That's low. That's low. Or if this is a woman, that's even weirder. I don't think it is, but I think it's
Get
different.
behind me.
What's up?
Don't get behind me.
This guy's from Texas.
What's up? I was born before you, bitch. Smarter than you, bitch.
I was born before you, which means I know more than you.
Don't f***ing judge
That's
me.
how that works.
I lost my f***ing kids, dude. I lost my I lost
Whoa.
my shit. I lost my shit.
Oh my god. Oh my god. In front of the kids, man? Fuck.
This could have been easier.
Let's break this down just a little bit. 1. This guy is drunk in front of his children, gets arrested in front of his children. And 2, I want to listen closely to what his wife just said. Get off of him? Is she talking to the officers? Leave him the fuck alone? She's talking to the kids. Okay. That's still so... Just, what? Get the fuck away from your dad. What? These parents are awful, man. I mean, the dad's getting arrested, but both of these people suck.
Alright, this could have been easier. To go with your family. Instead, you want to act a fool? That's fine.
I'm not acting a fool. You were the one that's acting a f***ing fool. I'm okay. I'm not.
I mean, if he had just shut his mouth and left, I think that would have been it.
That's that. I ain't aggressive at all.
Broke his backpack, man.
It's cute.
What the fuck is he saying? You're cute?
Drop yours?
He's like really sexual towards this guy.
No, that's right here.
Got it.
Oh, I thought he was gonna like run his hand up his pants. God, this is at 11:28 at night.
Yo, stay your ass down. We'll tell you when to go.
I'm sorry. I thought.
No, stay your ass down. Now you're gonna do what the we tell you to do.
Here we go. Sitting down. Sitting down. Real pretty.
Alright, that cop is not having it. He said, sit your ass down. You don't get up till I say so, boy.
As far as I remember, you pushed
Guy's
me
wearing
first,
cargo
bitch.
shorts and everything, man. Guy's the shit.
We'll hold that up.
This poor fucking dude working at the hotel. He's like, man, I just want to go to bed.
You little bitch.
Is there a reason he keeps calling everybody a bitch?
Let's go. Get up.
Does Marcellus Wallace look like a bitch? And then I try to fuck him like a bitch, huh? I'm trying to fuck him, Brett. And Marcellus doesn't like to be fucked by anybody else other than Mrs. Wallace. Those who know.
Which side?
What? This is horrible. You alright?
Good?
You good?
Yeah, you bleeding on your...
I'm alright.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
This guy's having a hard time, man. Actually, no, it looks like he's quite enjoying himself, actually.
Fun time. Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights. $20 this wasn't a Friday.
Here we are. Power trip.
May 10th, 2022. Let's see. Let's just see if that was drunk babble. What does it say? May 2024? 10th. Actually was a Friday. Okay, never mind. I thought the guy was just babbling.
What's up?
It would have been funny if he was like, man, what a normal Tuesday night. It was fucking Thursday.
Lottery tickets.
What? What day?
That's what I offered you.
Whoa, why are we pulling his fucking pants down? What is it with these cops and checking like people's asses? Hold up, sir. Gonna need to take off your pants. I need to see if there's anything down there. Routine inspection. So we're just gonna have to cup the balls and feel real quick, just to make sure you're not hiding anything in there.
At the time of production, this case was closed. The suspect was charged with battery on a law enforcement
rock
officer,
music at the end,
and
like an outro. What is this? Cop action on cam. He's got like a theme song. Is that Vaughn? Wait, what? No, sorry. I don't know if I'm ready to stop watching these yet. I might just keep going. These are fun. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show this one. How is this one 15 minutes long? It's just two people cracking on a plane and then them getting arrested for cracking on a plane. I feel like that one's pretty short. Another one in Orlando. What is it with these people in Florida, man?
welcome back to Cop Action on Cam.
I like
Today
Cop
we are
Action
following
on
the
Cam.
Orlando Police Department at
Gives
the
a little
Orlando International
breakdown.
Airport. In October of 2024, officers were called to a TSA checkpoint
TS
regarding
motherfucking
an
A.
extremely intoxicated Spirit Airlines
Those who know.
passenger who was clearly too drunk to fly. After intercepting the man, things go from bad to worse as the wayward passenger
been in an
becomes
airport
increasingly
since I was 4
agitated
years old.
before finally
I haven't been on
winding
a
up in
plane
cuffs.
since I was 4 years old. That's gonna change though. At the end of the year, me and my brother were going to Jamaica.
Is he gone now?
I don't think so.
Okay.
First time taking
Hi,
a plane
sir.
in
How you
14
doing?
years.
Okay. My name
I'm
is
excited
Officer
for that.
Richardson. I work for Orlando Police
Hopefully this shit doesn't
Department.
happen when I go to
They're
the
not gonna let you
airport.
fly. They're not gonna let you. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm gonna take you out.
I don't hear that. No, I
You're
don't
gonna
hear
have
that.
to rebook. It doesn't matter whether you want to hear it or not.
Let
You're
go
not
of my
gonna be able to
hand.
fly.
Let go of my hand.
You're not gonna be able to fly, so we're gonna take you to the counter, and you can make other arrangements.
Is he gripping on his hand or is the cop gripping on this dude's hand?
You're intoxicated. You're not gonna make it. You're intoxicated.
What?
You're not gonna make it. You're intoxicated.
That's what I thought he said. That's what I thought he said.
But I'm gonna try to help you if you let me. All right? But you gotta let me. If you don't, it's gonna be us. You're not gonna get on this plane. Explain. What's your name? What's your name? Stop. Because you're gonna end up locked up and you're not gonna make it home at all. Go ahead and holler. Scream, holler, do what you gotta do. All right? But listen to what I'm telling you. You're not getting on this plane, and we're gonna make arrangements to get you where you're going. But if you don't, there you go. Let it out. Let it out. I appreciate that. All right? But you understand what I'm telling
Let
you?
it out. I appreciate. What is? Okay,
You
first of all,
understand
what's the
what I'm
cop
telling
doing?
you? Because you're intoxicated.
And what?
Because you're intoxicated.
Oh, that's what got on me?
Yes. All right? So are you going to
Why is
go
he just,
and
like,
let's figure out a
yelping?
way to get you home? Or are you going to
Do
go
you know how to
jail?
get
It's up
home?
to you.
Blah,
You're
blah,
a grown man.
blah.
How old are
Make
you?
sure I get on that plane.
You're not going to get on today's plane.
What's your name?
Officer Richardson. I already introduced myself. Did I introduce myself
This
to you?
officer is so patient.
I'm going to try to help you if you let me.
So patient.
That's all I can tell you.
I want to get help. I want
Let's just smack that
No,
dude
you're
in the
not.
fucking face.
Okay.
This
Now
guy
I'm getting ready to let you
walking
go,
by.
and then what you do now is you're on you, okay? I did what I had to do. I talked to you like a grown man. I respected you.
Trying to hop on the plane.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. You're not gonna make it. I'm gonna let go. You're a grown
Is
man.
he crying or
Come
is
on,
he like
let's go.
sweating a whole
Hey,
bunch?
man. Go ahead and scream. You're allowed to scream. Put this stuff on.
No, he's not.
Come on, man.
We're trying to help you get there. Come on.
Come on, Mikey, let's go.
Come on.
You can just scream as loud as you fucking want.
Do you want to go sit down and put those on? All right, put them on.
You wanna go sit down?
Can't stand his scream.
Quiet. I'm putting my
Can you
shoes
put
on.
your shoes on? If not, you don't need them on. We'll get out
Oh,
here.
it's on you now.
Okay.
You a big boss?
I appreciate that, man.
I don't even know what he's saying. Can't for the life of me tell what he's saying.
Did he fall?
Nah, he stepped down.
Step down if you want to call it there.
All right.
We're gonna try to get you home, okay?
What? That's not a good sound.
Do you have anything else?
I got a sim. Now we're nailed.
I got your bag right here.
What is he saying?
He was here yesterday.
He's just going. Blah, 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 blah. And the cops are like, yeah, let it out.
Listen.
Let it out, dude.
I know you're drunk.
Let it out, man. It's okay to have these feelings, bro. It's totally okay, bro.
You better make your
That's how
life
these
work
cops
before
are
you go to
acting.
jail for disorderly intoxication, alright?
You gonna make
You understand that?
Come on, man.
Let's go.
Twice in a legal minute?
Okay. Is he? You want to sit him down somewhere?
Those who know.
Sit him down in the chair, let him catch his breath.
All right, Martin, sit down.
Yo, W transition comp action. I like that little match, or that little mix cut right there. I like that.
All you gotta do is sit there.
Okay, I'll call you back.
I have
Craftsmanship.
your ID. Hold
That's
on to
cool.
this. Hold on this. So, Mr. I'm
Here's
gonna
your
go
ID,
get a
sir.
spirit
Who the
person,
fuck is this on my ID?
and
That's you,
see
sir.
if they can rebook you for the next flight. Where were you going? Where were you going?
Los Angeles.
Okay. I'm gonna see what the next flight is and rebook. Now, I can rebook you. I'll bring you the ticket. You're gonna have to sit here and get yourself half sober before the ticket. I don't know when the flight is or anything like that, but I'm trying to help you and I appreciate you sitting.
Wow.
Can you do that?
This is a get out of jail
sit
free
tight. That's all
card.
you gotta
They're
do.
literally letting him just go.
It's my flight.
Stop
we already
drinking,
had that
get on the
conversation.
next
That's
plane.
over. That's done.
That's literally
Are you
all they're
sure?
saying.
Yes.
They're not even arresting the guy.
We're trying to help you get there. Next flight.
Literally
All right?
nicest cops ever, bro. Take this. And I guarantee, since
hello?
there's 13 minutes left, he doesn't.
Don't hello me, because I have no obligation to talk to you. You're acting like a child, and I'm here because of you. So stop acting like a child, and I'll leave you alone.
Oh my goodness, bro. You were home free, bro.
I don't play that game. We can go for
Thrown,
disorderly
man.
intoxication
Thrown.
real quick.
This would have been a
These
2-minute
stuff go on
video.
anybody, on whoever. So you let me know what you want to do.
You see the scars?
I don't give a damn about your scars.
Whoa!
I don't care about your scars. Have a seat. Don't get in my face, man. Don't get in my
Okay, I don't-
face. Don't get
I
in my
don't really
face.
think it was necessary to shove him over
I'm trying to
like
keep you out
that.
of cuffs, and I'm trying to get you
Kind
home.
of just
You
stood
get in
up
my
and
face,
started walking towards
better
you.
sit down somewhere.
Could have just said stop, but okay.
What's your name?
Vargas. You can take a picture, you can record me, you can do whatever you want. I'm recording too.
Yo, siéntate ahí, Martín. Siéntate ahí. No, Martín. Siéntate ahí.
That I could see pushing him down for. That I could see. The first time, no. No, don't spill the brisk. Don't spill the brisk.
Huh? Go to the door. Don't stand up.
Oh, move the brisk. Okay, they're out of the way. Okay. Thought I heard the creature behind me. What is this guy doing? He's like rubbing his face on his hand like a cat. Honestly, the best thing I could have done, just put him in handcuffs and sit him the fuck down.
What's your name?
We're not gonna fight. Okay? We're not doing this.
Then fight them?
You are not trying to get up. You just gotta sit
I don't
here.
think
That's all
he's
we ask.
drunk. He might be
Hey, we're trying to.
because his eyes are red as shit. He might just be toasted out of his mind. Don't even know where he is. Off of like some shrooms or shit.
Fucking yo soy.
Copy 1 detained at 19.
Mira, macho.
Tranquilo, pa.
Alright, so he did an incantation and then screamed at me. Ah!
Yo su nombre. Yo
Oh.
quiero su nombre.
Oh, he's speaking Spanish. My fault. That wasn't meant to be racist. I didn't know.
He's on your team. He's on your team.
Relax, bro.
He's on your
Then again, it probably could have been gibberish anyway, but I don't know.
Cut it out. Sit back. Cut it out. Look at me.
He's on your
Look
team.
at me. Look at me.
It's your team.
Look at me. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. I told you I was going to try to help you if you didn't act up. But I can't help you if you act up.
Well, I mean, I already did.
Yeah, that's it.
Why are you yelling?
Yeah. Here. ID. And this is fast for tomorrow. Yeah, that's fine.
I don't think he's gonna catch that flight tomorrow, unless he gets a ride from county.
What's my name?
You got a car somewhere?
What's my name?
What's my name? Stop.
What's my name?
Stop, man. Stop. Stop that, man.
You. Just chill out.
This dude.
Come on.
Hold up. I think he just left. These two guys in the back, honestly, have just been side-eyeing the fuck out of this. I've been watching them. Honestly, me. They didn't even move. They just kind of sat there and watched.
I'll kill you.
Did he say, "I'll kill you"? That's a threat. Dude.
Stop.
You know what? I think this is the same airport.
We're going to have one detained.
Stop.
As the other Florida one.
Okay.
This might be the same
I
airport.
got a ticket first thing in the morning.
He's on your team?
Yes.
He's on your team.
Okay.
Is he on red or blue?
Excuse me.
Captain America or Iron Man?
What's up?
Yo, kid.
Yeah, I know.
That's what you got on your team?
Yeah. Go ahead and take it.
So you walk away? That's how they do?
I went to get you a ticket and you...
I'd love to be able to tell what this guy's saying.
Teammate. That's your teammate.
I know.
We're gonna be on 3A.
Yours is on camera, right?
Yes, sir, all of it.
I'm not a
Take a
sir.
deep breath.
I am not a sir. I am not a sir.
Take a deep breath.
Not a sir.
Take a
Okay.
deep breath.
I am not a sir.
Take a deep breath.
I am not a sir.
Take a deep breath.
I am not a sir.
What are you then, buddy?
Mr. Sir!
Mark, look at me. Look at me. You're freaking
You got a
out.
beard
Take
and
deep
mustache,
breath.
man. You can't help but
Take a
think
deep breath,
maybe you
bro.
might
I'm
be
trying to-
I'm
Good
sorry.
choice, Take a
He
deep
didn't
breath.
know.
Good choice, soldiers, man.
Take a deep breath.
I mean, I would have guessed you were a dude. My fault.
Take a deep breath. You ever been locked up before?
Yeah, I've been locked up. I'm trying to go back to LA. Oh, if you're gonna lock me up in LA.
Well, they're gonna lock you up here, but you need to take a deep breath.
Take a deep breath.
You're a grown man, sir.
Yeah, I'm a grown man.
Stop acting like
So,
that.
man, teach your soldiers how to react.
The armadillo is speed
Look
too.
the face.
Teach your soldiers how to react. Good advice. I'll let them know.
You better keep
And they can decipher what the fuck that means.
I want him. I want him. And I'll be back. And I'll be back in December. And I'm
Coming back in December.
I'm coming back in December.
For
Man.
what?
My mother. This is birthday, homie.
Your niece? You got family here?
No, I do got family everywhere.
Okay. Good.
What is this guy's deal?
Don't die?
Don't die.
We all gone. We're dying, all of us, man. Every last one of us.
Well, welcome to my world. I'm just trying to make it home. I gotta say, an hour
I tried
later.
to help you.
Check,
didn't help
check
yourself.
my play ticket. Check my play ticket.
I got you a ticket for tomorrow.
Check my fuck. Yeah, I know. And you're
I'm
walking
just-
over.
I'm
and
so
your
lost.
White boy. And your white boy gonna get his ass beat. And yo, let me get his damn. Oh, let me get his damn. Do you know who
That's
I
just
am?
racist, but okay.
Do I know who you are? You're Mr. Martin.
I'm gonna beat the
Now you
crap
know
out of that
who I
guy
am.
just because he's white.
Right. And I do everything by my damn self.
All right.
I'm by my damn self. If I ask for favors, it's gonna get done. Your family get killed too.
What you had to drink, man? Make sure I don't get none of that.
It's called Bacardi.
Oh, no, I ain't.
What'd you get to
With
drink?
a D.
Because whatever it was, I don't want to drink
I'm
that
not
fucking
getting
ever.
You don't want some respect as I got you.
I appreciate that, man.
Dude, this cop is so chill.
Rest of them,
I
kiss
could
my
not
ass.
be this chill with this guy. I
You
would have popped
kiss
his
my
ass already.
This one? Chai. I got a good lawyer, homie.
Good. That's you need one.
Negative. We're gonna be 3A outside from Spirit. On Citrus.
You ain't gonna be in his. You ain't gonna be in his book.
I got a good lawyer. Shit, you're gonna need it.
I can't do nothing about that, man. He was born that way. I can't do nothing about it. Do nothing about
In his. You ain't gonna be in his book. But that white boy.
I can't do nothing about that, man. He was born that way. I can't do nothing about it.
Okay, maybe this guy genuinely is racist.
I
What?
got you a ticket.
You the fucking team.
What about the
I'm
white
not
guy?
the team leader, sir. I'm just part of the team.
What happened to him?
You.
Maybe this guy just really doesn't like white people.
I can't even see. I'm blind. With my glasses. Yo. With my glasses.
Right here, boss.
Cop's like, I don't know what to tell you, man. The guy's
Turn
right.
the fence up. Hold on.
Oh.
Sit tight. Sit tight.
You relax. You relax.
Like, I can't fix that.
Yo, just right on.
There you go.
Do damage
Here
on
you
me.
go. Here you go. You can't do nothing. You got cuffs on.
Yeah, because you holding me
Oh,
back.
my bad. I forgot.
Alright. Alright, look, I gotta pay the cats.
No, you don't have a pay to cat.
Don't tell me that.
Not tonight. Tomorrow, if we get through with this jail thing, tomorrow.
I doubt it. How is there still more to this? He keeps going? Oh my god, I figured it would have fizzled out by now, but I guess it's still going.
Alright, breathe. Come on, breathe. Breathe, man. Breathe.
He's like an
Come on,
infant. And they're like burping him.
Come here! Stop putting your feet up.
Get it out. It's
Sit
okay.
up.
Get it
Stop
all
putting your
out.
feet up.
It's all right. Yeah.
Yo, you been
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Sit.
Stand his ass up and take him to jail.
Breathe.
Why are they keeping him here?
Breathe. You were good. Alright, sit down.
Obviously, this guy's not calming down.
I got a good lawyer.
Mind you. Mind
Ah. I got a good lawyer.
you. Okay, good.
I got a
You're
good
not
lawyer.
listening to me. That's good. You need one. There's nothing wrong
Oh!
with that. Good. Good. In the meantime, you got to get through this.
You know what you
Screaming
people
and
front?
fighting.
Oh, so you think I'm one of these regulars?
Huh?
I kill people for fun, papi.
Okay, that's fine, man.
Yo,
I
when
kill
last
people
day-
for fun. This cop is too chill.
Hey, so extremely intoxicated.
Okay.
This guy was up and down, but we ended up taking him down. He's in handcuffs currently, and so we don't know if his nose is broken. He also has a scratch on his face from taking him down. So
Okay.
nose may be possibly broken. I'm not sure.
Okay, we don't have any way to tell that either.
Okay.
Other than it doesn't look like it's deviated.
Okay.
I didn't even know they were outside.
They don't. They'd be able to.
I thought this was still inside.
Okay. We just.
I was like, how the fuck did they get it here so fast?
I know he's going to jail, so I don't know if he was going to take him to jail or not.
My
but
head
I
goes
guess
off.
we just wanted him checked out.
No, I want to check up. I want to check.
Take you to the hospital?
Because he could be technically marked for that. because he's intoxicated.
I mean, it's up to you guys.
Well,
Like,
you're not gonna-
your jail's not going to take it.
Yeah, no, we know.
It's either we take it now or
This cop right here that's holding him down might be the most goated cop I think I've ever seen. Guy's like calm. He's like keeping the situation good. It's like just like he's like shredded, so he's holding him down.
Well, just the fact he's in handcuffs.
He's not shredded, but he's big, bigger than me.
I'm gonna take up my time.
Yeah, I'm hurt.
So, you
Fucking where? How?
I catch seizures. I catch seizures. Like, I catch
He catches seizures. He catches them. He doesn't have them. He catches them like a football.
Alright? So, as long as you stay cool, we stay cool, everybody stays cool, alright? You good? What's your name?
I'm scared.
I can see that. What's your name?
Mine.
We gotta watch those prison doctor videos at some point.
Alright. Well, we're gonna get you on the stretcher. We'll get you up to the hospital, okay?
I just got a notification for the prison doctor.
I want to go home.
Follow him on
You're not
Instagram.
making today's flight. We've already had this conversation, okay? You're too intoxicated to fly.
Twice in the legal minute? I already made that
Just
joke.
I was never there for my records. What is he being transported?
Hey, apparently you guys are.
Why is he going to the hospital?
Clear once he gets processed.
I don't know who said
Facial
that.
injury, you guys hurt his face, so once he goes to Orange County Jail.
Well, there goes $10,000
whoever
for
officer
no
calls
reason.
that facial injury, that's what we got called for.
Do you know who I am? Do you know who my father is? My father owns this
At time
airport.
of production, this case is closed. The suspect was
Oh,
charged
got the
with
outro
disorderly
going.
intoxication and resisting an officer without violence. A bail amount was
the
set,
funky
but the
music in the
suspect
back.
never paid to be released. This led to him spending 35 days in jail until pleading no contest to the charges and
I don't
being
think he caught the
sentenced
flight
to
the
time
next day.
served and a fine. Thank you for watching this episode of Cop Action on Cam.
You're welcome. I like Cop Action on Cam. Guy has it's very fun. Alright. Well, that was the first episode of Jack Reacts. I don't know how often I'm going to do these, because I want the episodes to be a lot longer than the normal ones. That way we can watch a whole bunch. And we're almost at the 3-hour mark for this, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this stream.